Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. That last video came in at 5 hours and I wasn't aware, but my phone died. I never saw the warning that I had low batteries. Um, so welcome back. It's been a few days. I ended up, because I had to take a couple hours to recharge my phone, that it ended up getting too late in the day and I wasn't able to continue playing. So that was, it's been a few days. But I left everything set up, so we should be good to go. And yeah. Um, I did want to mention, I was just kind of looking through um, my setup and just like refamiliarizing myself with their hit points and their character sheets and stuff. And I was looking at how much experience I've gathered so far. I already have enough for Splitta to level up from 2 to 3. And after this fight, I'm actually only going to be about 2,000 points away from getting the other 3 to level 4. Which to me, which is fine. Like, that's great. That's whatever. I'm going to keep playing as is, but I do sort of feel like I'm leveling up a little bit too fast. I'm going to keep playing and see how long, at least until I get to 10 with a party. I'm going to keep the regular XP rules and just see how that scales. But I'm considering a house rule in the future, just for my own enjoyment, of cutting the experience in half. I wouldn't divide it among the players. I feel like that would be a little bit too long. But I would like to be able to go to 2 to 3 dungeons per level. And not, it seems like I'm leveling up almost every time or every other time so far. And I feel like a 6-mission campaign would give me 3 or 4 levels. And I think it should be half that, 1 to 2. Not that you should do every single thing in your campaign, and obviously the game's not over when you reach level 10, because there's so much gear and equipment is so much more important than levels, in my opinion. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there, that people may want to consider house ruling less experience, especially in solo. I feel like if I was playing with real people and we were getting together once a week, yeah, okay, like I totally understand why the XP level would be what it is, so that you'd have some progress, so that you'd level up at least once a month, with 4 couple-hour sessions. But for me, playing solo, where I can do all the overland stuff and the town stuff, just kind of in my free time, whenever, and I tend to play, 10, 15 hours over a couple days on the weekends, every weekend, it's a little too quick for me. But so I just wanted to bring that up for people considering getting the game and whatnot. It might be worth looking at. Okay, so where we are, Crasha and Splitta have fallen through a sinkhole trap and are in the first room of a cavern. And they spawned with a Macrobite Titan with a Warhammer. So he is nearly dead. He has taken 31 damage out of 40 hit points, so he's down to 9 hit points. While Choppa and Brightstar finished off 4 gnolls and a gnoll shaman. As they just finished them off, a wandering monster appeared, which is a giant centipede, which has just appeared to their rear and will be joining the fight. Hopefully everybody can get out of this okay. We got a couple exploration cards here. That's for this cavern that they're going to use and then get back up here, hopefully. And then this is our only open door right now. We're kind of laying tiles upon tiles that have already been laid at this point. And I have a number of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 exploration cards left as far as that goes. All right, so we were in the middle of combat, and it looks like Choppa had already, Crasha had already acted as, I keep getting them confused, and then the Macrobite Titan has already gone, and it was the giant centipede's turn, was what I wrote down. And then I wrote down roll fear. Oh, I have to roll fear for the centipede. Okay, so the centipede's turn, it's popped up, and I got to roll fear for Oh, and I don't remember. Is anyone else afraid? I didn't write that down. I believe Crasher was afraid. I'm just going to roll with that. I'm going to claim that Crasher was afraid. All right, so Choppa and Brightstar both have to roll fear tests. So Choppa is actually going to spend a point of energy. No, it's fine. I'm not that worried about it. So he's just going to roll. He passes with 27. He needed a 61. And Brightstar needs a 55 with 100. So Brightstar is absolutely crapping his pants, terrified. He did not hear that coming up from behind him. He thought he was safe. All right, so Brightstar is going to have a -10 to everything. And it is the Centipede's turn. He is a beast. He will, I guess, charge is the, charge attack. When it comes to charges, it says closest hero. I'm doing straight lines for charges if it's an option. So he's going to charge directly into Choppa's back. He gets a +10 to hit. That will be a miss. He needed a 55. And that will end his turn. Okay. And for a white token, we will go Choppa. He is not stupid. And he passes fear test. Let's turn him around. And he gets a -5. He'll just hit. Hits on 62. 34 is a hit. And that is a D12 +5. So 7 + 5 is 12 with armor piercing. With 2 points of armor piercing. Sorry. So he hits the giant centipede for 10 damage. Wound markers. Yeah, there's a 10. Not enough to wound it, but still pretty good. And that's only his first strike. He's going to attack again. 78's a miss. I forgot how to play a little bit. All right, we'll go with Brightstar too. Brightstar is right there. So he will turn his facing. And he will power attack. So he gets a -15 to hit because of the fear. -5 plus the fear. So he will hit on an 85 on a 70 with his power attack. 85, he misses with his power attack, which makes him a little bit easier to hit. All right, and then the last token is going to be Splitta. So we'll just keep those in there, that's fine. And he's not stupid. And Splitta's going to have to power attack because he can't hit with anything else. So he gets, let's see, the Warhammer gives him a +10 to hit, and he gets -5, so he gets a +5. So 53, 73 to hit. But I actually got to roll Resolve first to make sure I can even act. So I need a 54. So he does not, he loses his first action. And he loses his second. So Splitta, his turn gets skipped. That's not a fear check. That's from the spores. The spores are very dangerous. A user brought up in one of my videos, I think, wrote a comment, actually from when I almost wiped against the Mushroom Queen, that maybe I shouldn't include sinkholes and the Shroom Folk at level 1. I'm considering that in future games, maybe starting it up at level 3 or 4. The reason for that is the encounter list for Shroom Folk is not level dependent. It's the same if you're level 1 as if you're level 10. And Shroom Queen is way too strong for a level 1 party. It's only because I had the 3 ogres that I was able to make it out of there. Because I'm kind of using a cheesy party. But, you know, when I look at that list, yeah, it's bad, but it's really not that. You roll a d20, It's really only bad if you roll a 14 or higher. If you roll, so like you can also get giant rats, giant slime, bat swarms, skeletons, which are totally fine for level 1. Even shroomlings at 10, which I can't find the card for, they're okay. So it's really if you roll high and you start getting cave spiders and the Titan, the Queen, there's whites you can get as well. They'll really seriously mess you up. But so I kind of like the idea of coming in at a lower level, and it can either be easy and you get, hey, this great bonus of these caverns, or you might get something really strong and you just have to run away. Of course, with this Titan, I can't exactly run away. I have to kill it. I can't move around it. So I don't know. Put something in the comments below if you have any thoughts on that. I'm still undecided. All right, so I roll. Sorry, I'm still remembering game flow. Okay. Now, that is a threat roll because I had the trap to make that a higher counter. Oh, so that's definitely an encounter. My threat was a 1, or I'm sorry, 6, but my threat roll was a 1. So now I need to roll a d10, and I get a 9. So a 9 is reinforcements. Roll on the encounter table and place a new encounter just outside a random door, open or not, ready to enter a tile where there are heroes. They will act in the current turn, last in the current turn. If the door was previously unopened, it will henceforth be unlocked and not trapped. Okay. And that's -4 to my threat level, dropping me back to a 3. Okay, so I'm going to do that for here because it does say roll on the encounter table. And it also says door. There's no doors there, so that doesn't make as much sense. Although I could technically randomize it, I'm not. I'm just going to keep it up there. So we're on the beast table. D20 is where? Oh, okay. 13. So that would be a 33. So 1d6 satyrs and a shambler with javelins and shields and 1 armor and a shambler. So d6, 1. So 1 satyr, 1 shambler. Here's your satyr. And your shambler. Shambler's cool. I fought one of these off camera in an overland ambush battle. And then I'm going to randomize 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they're going to appear right here. And let's get their cards. And the satyr has javelin. So it's called a javelin, and it's probably my favorite weapon in the game right now. It's what Brightstar uses. But I think it should actually be called a spear. There's 2 weapons in this game. There's a javelin, which is effectively a spear. That is a melee weapon that has range. You can attack 2 squares away. And then there's a throwing javelin, which you actually throw. Which is what I typically think of when I think of javelin. All right, so oh, and he gets a shield. Okay, so the satyr is going to have 40 combat skill, 35 range, 40 resolve, -10 to hit, no natural armor, 5 movement, 10 hit points, +1 to enemy initiative token. We're not going to do that because there's no initiative tokens for this round. They automatically attack last. Javelin's 1d10 with range, built for offense and armor piercing 1. 1 additional point of armor and a shield, so it'll be -15 to hit total. So not too difficult. And then the shambler, they're really cool. So they're, oh, yeah, I need a large base for him. Grab one of those real quick. Actually, I think large bases are fine. The regular bases are fine. I think the other ones are more for the huge monsters or the extra large. Whatever they're called. So a Shambler has 55 combat skill, 56 ranged, does 1d12 damage, 2 natural armor, is large, and he has Entangle, and with 30 hit points. Worth 450 experience too, so that's pretty cool. Alright. So that's the start of the turn. We don't change the initiative tokens. So we're going to go first, we're going to try Crasha. Crasha's going to roll a stupidity roll. He passes. Then he needs to pass a resolve check. Where is it? So he needs a 59. 008, that's a clear pass. He will power attack. It just makes sense with the resolve checks to power attack if you have the opportunity to. So 72 plus 5 actually, so 77. So he's gonna hit on a 90. So he hits with a 32, and I get to roll 2d12s. 1, and 3. Oh no, it's not a d12. I'm sorry, it's 2d6. Again, I keep getting him and Chopper confused. 7 it is, plus 3, so 10 damage with no armor piercing to the Macrobite Titan. So 10 damage, 3 gets absorbed by the natural armor, so 7, and he has taken 31. So he had 9 hit points. So he takes another 7. He's down to final 2 points of damage. So it doesn't kill him, but really, really close. Okay. All right, so I guess I always play, there's 2 guys in melee. So my own personal house rule is, if you have to choose between 2 guys in melee, it will default to the one who isn't wounded. The wounded one's going to be slightly slower. So we're going to go with the Centipede. The Centipede is going to randomize between 2. He's going to target Choppa. And he will, 1, I believe, power attack. Yep, he's going to power attack Choppa. He hits. Where is he? There he is. For 1d10. So 10. Yep. I don't need to roll twice if he rolled a 10. So he hits 10 damage to the chest. Now, Choppa is going to attempt to dodge. And that's definitely a fail. So Choppa loses his dodge. And that was 10 to the chest. Let me see. And his padded jacket has already been destroyed. Oh, no. Yeah, no, that's right, Choppa. Choppa has 3 natural armor, so that reduces it to 7. His padded jacket has been destroyed. And so has his mail shirt. So he has no armor other than his natural armor. So he absorbed, and was that armor piercing? No. So he takes 3 damage, absorbs 3. He takes 7 damage, and that brings him from 14 to 7. And he is wounded. So Choppa's in bad shape, actually. I didn't realize he had no armor. And that power attack will go to both of them. And Brightstar has some energy, that's good. Alright, so we will go with Brightstar next. And the first thing he's going to attempt to do is he's going to attempt to heal Choppa with a prayer with Matthias Bomb. So I got to roll under 70. 78. So the prayer fails. He drops from 3 points of energy to 2. But he will then attempt to power attack the Centipede once again. Centipede loses its -5 to hit, but I'm still afraid. So instead of hitting on a 65, I'll hit on a 75. 53, yep, that's a hit. Roll 2d10s, 4. So 4 damage. There's no bonus. 1 point of armor piercing. So he does 1 damage because there's 4 points of armor. So he does 1 point of damage to the centipede. However, that does wound him. Unfortunately, he failed to heal Choppa. Okay, we get to go again. Sweet. I'm going to go with Splitta, see if we can get that Titan. Splitta loses his turn. He's stupid. He stands there stupidly gawking. And then Choppa's turn. He rolled 4, so he gets to act. He only gets 1 action point, so he will just do a regular attack. Now, he is not afraid, and the centipede loses his 2 hits, so he just hits on a 67. 88, that's a miss. Okay, so that is nope, I'm sorry. So then the Titan gets to go. And the Titan he can only regular attack. Oh, no, I guess he could. No, he can't parry. So he's going to regular attack. He's going to regular attack Crasher. 55 he hits on. That's a miss. Okay, so they've all gone, and now we randomize between the Shambler and the Satyr. Satyr's going to go first. He's honestly just going to leave that room there. So what's the Satyr? Satyr or beast? No, humanoid. He really should just leave room for the Shambler. So I'm just going to have him go in parry stance. It doesn't really make sense for him, though. Because if he moves up, then the Shambler can't do anything. So he's just going to stand there in parry stance. The Shambler's going to move forward. Starting to get a lot of tokens on the table. All right. And the Shambler will then attempt to use his special skill, Entangle, and he misses on Bright Star. And that ends his turn. Okay. So Bright Star and that Centipede still have power attack tokens. Okay, let's see what we got. So I need to add 2 black tokens to my 4 white. So 5 black, 4 white. And we'll roll the scenario die. 7, no turtle. Okay, we get black. So that would be the Shambler. So the Shambler is going to decide, because he's not wounded. So the Shambler is actually going to power attack Bright Star. Ooh, and that's going to be a hit. So he power attacks, and he's already large. So he automatically hits for 12 damage, I believe. Oh no, he still gets D12 rerolls. Where's D12? So he hits for 12, and he has 2 points of armor piercing. That's added to that. So 12 to the chest. Okay. Bright Star is going to attempt to dodge. Bright Star's dodge is a 49. That's a fail. Okay, so Bright Star takes 12 to the chest. The chest for Bright Star, he has 3 points of armor. No natural armor. So it absorbs 1 point of damage while taking durability. And he takes 11 damage, dropping him from 15 to 4 and wounding him. That's not good. That is not good. Okay. Oof, that's pretty rough. But that was a power attack. So at least it makes him easier to hit. Second one, so we will randomize between the Macrobite Titan 1, 2, 3 and the Centipede 4, 5, 6. So it is the Titan will go, and he will Random, he will regular attack Splitter. 62 is a 55. And Splitter had power attacked. So that is a hit. That is a hit. So 2d6. 4 to the head. With 6 to the head. It's a +2. 6 to the head of Splitter. Splitter is a padded cap, so he absorbs 3 damage. And he takes 3 damage to the head, drops from 13 to 10. And loses 1 point of sanity. Dropping to 5. Okay, so everybody has used their dodge except for Crasher at this point. So he does get a hit in, and it was even, so that causes Splitter to lose, to become stunned, and he loses 1 action point. So he only has 1 action point on his next turn. All right, it is my turn. I'm going to go with Bright Star. He's going to attempt to heal himself. He really should move. Yeah, he's gonna... That's 2 points. 3 points. To move to that back position. Then he's going to attempt to cast a prayer to heal Choppa. 22 is a pass, so he passes. His heal spell, Matthias Bomb, is... That's wrong. 1d6 plus 1, and then he gets plus 1d3, I believe, from his relic. Yep. So 1d6 plus 1 plus 1d3. So the red will be the d3, green will be the d6. So 2 plus 2 is 4, 5 hit points restored to Choppa, which brings him from 7 to 12. He's still wounded though, because he's still at half-life. 12 is half of 24. But it's something. And he still gets a second action. So he's then going to attempt to stab the centipede with his spear. Centipede power attacked. So he hits on a 55 because he's afraid. 22, so that's a hit. 1 is not going to do any damage because of his armor. Oh, okay. We're going to go with Choppa. He is not stupid. He only gets 1 action, so he will attempt to regular attack. He will hit on a 67. 40, that's a hit. And he rolls d12. So 8 plus 5, so 13 with 2 points of armor piercing. And that hits the giant centipede, who has 4 armor, so 11 damage, which is exactly how many hit points he has. So he kills the giant centipede. Awesome. Awesome job. Let's move that down here. Very nice. Oh, and I got to mark off that 1 point of energy Bright Star used on his prayer. So I moved him back there so that the Shambler could move forward and wouldn't be able to target Bright Star. It doesn't make sense to try to heal both of them. All right. So now the Shambler would go next. He will move forward, I guess, in a charge. So he will hit on a 65. 47's a hit for D12. No pluses. So he hits for 6 damage to the leg of Crasher. That will, to Choppa. That will just be absorbed. He has 3 points of natural armor and 4 points with mail leggings. So the 6 points get shrugged off. He does not take any durability damage. So lucky there. That went well. And nobody has a power attack anymore. it is the satyr. I do not believe that the satyr's just going to remain in parry stance. He can't attack through the shambler. The shambler's too large. So he would have to be 3 squares away to effectively attack with the javelin or spear. All right, so I get Krasha now. Krasha will roll to see if he passes a resolve check. 67 is a fail. He needs a 59. 40, that's a pass, so he will attempt a regular attack and he gets, 72 combat skill, and he gets a +5 because the Warhammer is such a crappy defensive weapon. It's 38's a pass, so he rolls 2d6. 6. That's going to kill the Macrobite Titan. So 6 + 3, which is its armor. So 6 damage. The Macrobite Titan, it only had 2 hit points left. Oh, good job. Krasha finally took him down. And I get all these little hit point tokens back. Very nice. There's going to be a lot of loot after this. So they are effectively out of combat. Okay. So Splitta still has 1 action. He can't really do much. He's going to move here. 1, 2. And he's going to search those boxes. So in this storehouse, I can search the box. Oh, I didn't see that. There's a weapon rack there as well. So he's just going to search that weapon rack. That's going to be his turn. All right, so I roll a d10. 7, he's going to find nothing in that weapon rack. All right, and that's going to end that turn. Okay, so for now we should have 3 black, 4 white, or 2 white really. Yeah, 2 black, 2 white, 3 black. That's what we're doing, because they are no longer in combat. All right, we roll the scenario die. We do have to make a threat roll. 19. It's higher than 3, so that's a 4. I'm going to just move their turns because I can. So 1, 2. They're going to search that box. 10. That's going to be nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll deal with that next turn. Crasher's at almost full life. Splitta's, yeah, neither of them were wounded, so they're okay. Alright, so let's do this combat. Okay, so Shambler's going to go first. And he will 5 as a standard attack. That's going to be a hit for 7 to the chest. He has no chest, Choppa has no more chest armor. He absorbs 3 points of that, and he takes 4 damage, goes from 12 to 8. He gets the regular attack again, though. 55 is a hit as well. So 55 for 6. Also absorbs 3, so another 3 damage. And Choppa is down to 5 hit points. Not great. Got 2 good hits in on my dude. So we're going to start with Bright Star. Bright Star is going to attempt to heal. So first he'll roll his prayer roll, 70, 85, and he loses his last point of energy. That's not great. I would normally attempt to bandage, but you can't bandage somebody that's in combat. So the only thing I can really do is power attack. So he will power attack the Shambler. There's no 2-hit. He's no longer afraid. So he hits on 85. So 35. We're going to get 7, 6. So he's going to hit for 7 damage with 1 point of armor piercing. Shambler has 2 armor. So that's 6 damage to the Shambler, bringing him from 30 to 24. So something, but not fantastic either. Let me see, what does Choppa have for perks? Okay. Wasn't sure if he had a third perk or not. This token will be for the Satyr. He can't do anything. So the next turn will go to Choppa automatically. He is not stupid, and he will attack. 84 is going to be a miss. I don't even need to look. Okay, that's the end of that round. Not looking great. No scenario die. All right, so we're going to have them do their turn up here in the cavern. They will, Crasha is going to attempt to open that chest. So that is a D6 and a D10. It is locked, but it is not trapped. And then Splitta will move over and attempt to lockpick. Because you can't move, lockpick takes 2 actions, but you can actually do it over 2 turns, I recently learned. So he uses his first action to move, his second action point to begin lockpicking, and then on his following turn, he'll use his first action point to finish the lockpick, and then we'll do the roll. All right, so now we're in combat. And it is the Shambler. And he will attempt his special move, Entangle, and he misses. And then he will standard attack, and he misses. So that was lucky. All right. So this guy can't do anything. So then we're going to go to Choppa. He is not stupid, and he will standard attack. 20, 30, that's a good hit. He uses D12. Oh, man, 2. So 2, it's still +5, so it's still 7 with armor piercing. So he does hit the Shambler for 7 damage. So that's nice. But it could have been a lot better. So he's down to 13. He is still unwounded. 2 more points would have wounded him. Significantly boosting my survivability. But that's okay. Oh, I couldn't have power. I forgot that Brightstar was wounded. So I'm sorry. He shouldn't have been able to power attack in that previous turn or move and attack. He should have only been able to make 1 action. The prayers were fine. The prayers don't cost action points. But I did screw that up. All right. So now it is Brightstar's turn. He can only regular attack because he's wounded. And he will hit on a 65. 70. So that's that turn. All right. So now we're going to roll the scenario die. Okay, no threat roll. Then we go back here. Splitta is finishing up his lockpick attempt. So he's going to roll 80. That's a fail. So he loses a lockpick. Goes to 4. And I believe that was an 8 I rolled on the lock. So it has 15 wounds. So Crash is just going to attempt to hit it. So Crasher automatically hits for 9 damage. And then he hits it again for 14 damage. Breaking open the lock. And that is a regular chest. That's going to add 2 points to the threat level. He rolls a 5. That is 1 fine treasure. bedroll. Clearly a bedroll, the more expensive kind. This will give you a good night's sleep. While using this while resting, it will guarantee you gain 1d6 points of energy. And I will actually give that to Crasha. He's who I want to have that. So he's going to add 5 to his encumbrance. 49. And he gets a bedroll. They're honestly, that's worth 200. This is a great item that you're eventually going to want on all 4 of your characters. It turns resting, instead of healing having a 50% chance of restoring 1 point of energy, you automatically restore 1d6 points of energy. So, for example, for my priest, instead of having 50% chance each rest, he pretty much heals the full energy every time, or has a chance to, even from 0. And same with Crasha, that helps him with his frenzies. All right, and our threat level is going to go up to 6 from 4. Okay. I get to go first, so we're going to go with Choppa. He is not stupid, yay. Let's see if he can hit. 42 is a hit. And Choppa hits with his D12. Oh, high roll, come on. Yeah. Awesome. So Choppa absolutely slashes him, sticks his great axe right in his chest. So that's going to be 17 damage because he's got the 2 points of armor piercing. And he actually had, oh my lord, he had 13 points of damage. So that 17 actually kills him. So he just chops his head off with that amazing regular attack. The Shambler is down. Shambler is down. That is amazing. I thought there was a really good chance of me dying up here. But I don't think that Satyr is going to be able to do the job. So very, very cool. All right. It is the Satyr's turn. The Satyr will charge. So he will charge in. 70 is a miss, even on a charge. And then it will be Brightstar's turn, and he will regular attack. 66 is definitely going to miss. Satyr has a pretty good 2-hit value. And that's going to end that turn. But now we go from, we have to take 2 black tokens out. So 2 white, 1 black. And let's roll a scenario die. 4. Okay. So Splitta and Crasher will attempt to search the room. Splitta has a perception of 27. So they need a 37 since they're searching together. 24. So they actually pass. And then they roll. 86 is going to be nothing. So they successfully search the room, but they find nothing. I can just take one of these and throw it up there. Okay, so that room is fully searched now. Okay, and now initiative token. All right, we will start with Choppa. Is Choppa stupid? No. He will regular attack the Satyr. Oh, 001 is definitely a hit. I do not even need to check, obviously. And that's going to restore a point of energy. So he's back up to 2. Because he's already had his combat skill go up. And that's a Bloodlust roll. Which means I get to roll 2d12s. So 6 and 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. Which kills the Satyr. All right. Combat is complete. Awesome. Very, very good job, everybody. All right, let's tally up what we got. So first we killed 4 gnolls. 4 gnolls is going to be worth 320 experience. And 4 rolls on the tier 1 chart. 2, 20 coins, nothing, nothing, and nothing. So I get an additional 20 coins. Then the Gnoll Shaman is worth 150 XP. And a roll on the tier 4 chart. I rolled 7, nothing. So Gnolls are taken care of. Then I also had Macrobite Titan, which is a roll on the tier 2 chart for 40 coins and 500 experience. I'm actually just going to combine that with the Centipede, which is another 300, so that's 800 experience. And I get a roll on an alchemy roll for the part off the Centipede. 62, that's a fail. I needed a 51. Okay, and then lastly, the Satyr and the Shambler is going to be 530 experience, 450 for the Shambler and 80 for the Satyr. And 1 roll in the tier 1. 4 is 1 bandage. And then a part roll. So I do get a part. So bandage times 3. I already had 2 in the bag. And part off of the Shambler leaves. I believe, because I got that before. I roll 1d3. So 2 Shambler leaves. So I'll add that to my parts list. Okay. So that was a total of 470, 1,800 experience for defeating all of that. Did I get that wrong? Yeah, no, that's right. All right. So all of my monsters are just going to go back over here. I'm just going to clear up the table a little bit. Spells, weapons. Oh, I forgot about the extra armor and stuff on him, but that's fine. He still hit on a 001, and he overkilled him by like 6 damage, so not too worried about it. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do is take a rest. Everybody's going to take a rest. We're going to consume a ration. So rest times 2. So this is our second rest in the dungeon. Everybody, we're going to take a wisdom test with Brightstar. He passes with his, I guess his, the one that, whatever one makes you heal more hit points. Loot, I think. And it's only going to work for him and Choppa. So Choppa is going to get 1d6 plus 1d3. The green will be the d3 in this case. So 6 plus, oh, that, hell yeah. So 6 plus 6 are, so 9 from the rest. I believe that's what loot does, right? I didn't write it down. No, it's the harp. The harp is 1d3 hit points. So he still heals 9 hit points, though. That's enough to bring him back up to 14. No longer be wounded. And same for himself. Oh, double 6s twice in a row. That heals himself from 4 to 13. So not too shabby. And then he also gets to heal 1d6 energy, 4 points of energy. So he goes back from 0 energy to 3. And then Choppa's already at full energy. So very nice there. And then Crasha will heal 6, so he'll be at full, and Splitta will heal 2. So Crasha's back up to 27, and Splitta goes from 10 to 12, so he's the most injured. Well, technically Chop is. And we will roll also for Crasha's energy. He will restore 1 point of energy, going from 0 to 1. No sanity restored. All right, so that's the general rest, and now we roll for an ambush. It is the second rest, so that is 20% plus threat level, so 26. 46, no ambush. All right. And we roll threat die, no threat die. Okay. So we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just wait there for now. And he's going to move up 1 and attempt to open the door. So D6 and D10. It is not locked and it is open. So the door is open. Okay, draw an exploration card. Corridor, C13, no special rules. Short distance ahead is a bend in the corridor. Everything seems quiet except for the sound of water droplets hitting the floor. It's already set up. The ability curve, please. Or L-shaped, rather. Right. C13. It's got 1 doorway. Okay. Bright Star will use his turn to attempt to bandage Choppa. That is a successful roll. So 1d4 and a 1d3. 3, 4. So he heals 4 damage to Choppa using his full both 2 actions. Healing him from 14 to 18. Pretty nice. And losing 1 old bandage. Okay. And that's the end of that turn. So then we're going to roll the scenario dice. 9. That tea is delicious. So we do roll a threat die. 10 is higher than 6. However, I did win combat and open a door. So it's actually 8. 10 still higher than 8, but we go up to 9. Okay. Then we're going to go 1, 2. And we open an exploration card. Side quest. So this is the stairs to go back up into the dungeon, effectively. You found the way back out? I don't know if that's the correct tile to use, but yeah, we'll keep the side quest one there. Keep it small. Okay, so that is the exit out of the caverns. So there is one. He's actually going to go over 1, 2. I want to see what it is. Spider cavern. This cavern is unusually covered in cobwebs, and there's a stale odor in the air. Next to the pillar, tightly wrapped in web, are the remains of a humanoid being. The corpse dead adventure can be searched. A result of 10 while rolling on the treasure table will spawn a giant spider in a random square of the cavern, alerted by the vibrations of the web. Any encounter in this room will always be 1d4 giant spiders. All right. Well, first let's see what the, did I roll an encounter? Yes, I did. I believe it's, my counter rate went up anyway, so it's a 60% chance now. So giant spider. R51. Just gotta cover up that entrance to the dungeon. Okay, so it is 1d4 giant spiders. 1. And I don't think I have those cards up. I wasn't counting on giant spiders. At least it's giant spider and not cave spider or gigantic spider. Yeah, gigantic spider would be a immediately run situation. Maybe I do have it. Oh yeah, I do. Okay. So it's only one giant spider, so I'm not super worried about it. It's got 25 hit points. Oh, I already got one on stand too. So 6x6, green top, 6/6. So a little giant spider right there. So that immediately starts combat. So we're gonna have 2 and 1. Players get to go first, so we're gonna roll for Crasha. Is not stupid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Splitta. It's not stupid, so he's going to move 1 and go parry stance. And then the spider gets to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to stop there since he's in melee range, and he will use special skill, which for him would be web attack. And he misses. All right, and that will be that for that round. So, I still get to move my other guys. Bright Star will attempt to heal again with bandage. He fails, so he still loses the bandage. And then Crash is gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, new turn. I rolled a threat scenario die. There's no threat roll. Okay, Spider gets to go first. And he will web attack. 51 is actually, that's a hit. Because Crasha has slow, so he actually hits on 55. So he does hit with web. So strength free, 1 AP, no other actions allowed. And then he will regular attack, which also is a hit for 5 damage to the arm of Crasha. Now, he has 4 natural armor, and his armor is more than enough to absorb that hit. Okay, so next is going to be Crash's turn. He is not stupid. He has to pass a strength test to break free. Now he has 62 strength, so 80. But he can't make any other actions until he passes. And a 72. Nope, I can't do that either. So Crasha loses his turn. So then it's Choppa's turn. And he's stupid. And that ends that combat. and he loses his parry. Okay. So next turn, no threat die. So we're going to start with these two guys. Bright Star is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's just going to move up there. And we're going to hold off and open the door just a second. And then see what we get out of these two. All right. So we do get Choppa again first, or Crasha again first. He's not stupid. Strength test. He needs a 62. He passes and he breaks free from the web. And then he's going to regular attack and he will hit on a... Oh, I forgot the fear test. They both have to take a fear test. So he will do that first. He fails. Crasher fails. And Splitta passes. So Crasher gets -10 to hit, or -15. So he's going to hit on 67, 57. So that's a miss. Then it goes to Splitta. Splitta is not stupid and he's not afraid. And he will charge. He will charge and then try to hit the spider. It's +10. 009 is a hit, obviously. And he gets 1d12 plus 1. Oh, plus 2. 11 plus 2. Any armor piercing? No. So 13 minus 1 is 12 damage. Almost wounds him. He's 1 point away from wounding him. Giant Spider has 13 hit points remaining. So not too shabby. That ends that combat. Next turn, no threat die. Okay, good to go again. Crasha is going to try to go first. He can. He's no longer webbed, so he's going to power attack. So he's going to hit with 72 minus, so 67, 87. 007, awesome. So because it's a power attack, he automatically maxes out his damage. So his damage was 2d6. So he hits for 15 damage with no armor piercing. That gets reduced by 1. So 14 damage. And he kills the giant spider who had 13 life remaining. So he lunges forward with all of his might, has a nice little flourish, upswing of the sword, and chops the spider's head off. Good job. That is worth another 170 experience. And a part roll. But neither of them have an alchemy skill worthwhile, so I'm just not even going to do that. They both have a 1. Yeah, Splitta has a 2. All right. And we're no longer in combat. Sweet. I'm going to let that turn pass. All right. And now Splitta is going to move up. 1, 2, 3. He's going to search that dead adventure. Oh, and he spawned a spider. So he spawned another giant spider through searching the dead body. So he reaches up, tries to find something worthwhile, and instead, 6-5, creates another giant spider and enters another combat. That's wild. Okay. We're going to scenario die. Nope. So we're going to start first with Crasha. 4, he's not stupid. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's going to attempt a regular attack. Oh, everybody's got to pass the fear test, right? Oh, yeah. So that actually gives Crasha a bonus resolve. And a point of energy. Oh, no. He only gets one of the 2. Sorry. And my morale was at a 12 previously. But then you get bonuses for killing large enemies, don't you? You get +1 for short rest and +2 for large monster and +1 for find treasure. So that's actually I'm actually at, that's plus 4, so that actually puts me at 16. So I'm maxed out on morale right now. So he passed his fear test, and then Splitta needs to pass his fear test. And they both do. Okay, cool. So then Crasha is going to attempt regular swing, 22. Awesome. So 2d6 plus 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. And the spider has 1 natural armor, so 6 damage. Okay, and then we get Splitta's turn. He is not stupid. He will attempt a charge. So he rushes forward, tries to stab it with his longsword, so he gets a plus 10. Oh yeah, 008's obviously a hit on the charge, and that's going to be 1d12 plus 2. So 6, so 8 damage. Minus 1 from the armor. So that's 7. So that's 13, and that's enough to wound it. He's got 12 life remaining. Very cool. And now it's the spider's turn. He's going to 4. He can't power attack, so he's going to regular attack. He will regular attack Splitta. He will hit for 6 damage to the head. Now, Splitta has 1 natural armor and a padded cap. So padded cap takes 1 point durability damage. He absorbs 3 of the 6, and he takes 3 damage, dropping himself to 9, and he becomes wounded. I gotta get Splitta a little bit better set up. He's also 1 level lower than everybody else, which is why he's kind of fallen behind even Brightstar in terms of like melee effectiveness. That, if you've been wondering why, that's why. He's level 2, everybody else is level 3. Okay, so that ends the top parties. Then down here, we're going to attempt to open this door. D6, D10. It is untrapped and unlocked. So let's open that baby up. Oop. And is another quarter. C3. The walls in this quarter are engraved with large skulls. They give an eerie feeling of vigilance, as if they are watching every step the adventurers take. Increase threat level by 1. And we roll for an encounter. It's going to be a 40% chance. 39, so yes. So we roll a d20. 1. That's the best possible roll. That's going to be a 21. Cave bear. Single cave bear. D2 and D6 to determine location. 1, 1. So he's going to be right at the door entrance. Oh, and let's take a cave bear. And I haven't seen these yet, so let's check out its card. Cave bear. '50 combat skill, does 1d10 plus 2 damage, minus 5 to hit, 1 natural armor, 4 movement. He has ferocious charge, so he does an additional d4 damage on a charge, and he's afraid of fire. He's worth 130 experience and has 20 hit points. So not too bad. Yeah, I'll be all right. So we're going to add, this is still the same turn, so for this turn we're going to keep it, I'm just going to reuse the bag with 2 white and 1 black, and then we'll combine them after, because they've all already acted. Okay, Cave Bear gets to go first. He's already in melee range, so he will 6 standard attack. That's going to be a miss. He needs a 50 or 21. He actually doesn't need a 50. He needs a 60 because of the great axe. So 21, 1d10 plus 2. So 7 damage to the arm. So arm, he still has armor on. This is Chaco we're talking about. So 7 damage. Take off 3 natural armor and 3 from the leather bracer. So he takes 1 damage. The leather bracer takes 1 damage. So Chaco drops to 17. And that's just his... Oh no, he took 2 swings. Yeah, he hit on the second one. Okay, now we're going to go with Choppa. His turn. He's not stupid. He will attempt... He's going to regular hit. He's going to regular hit. It's -5. He hits on a 62. 29. Four plus 5 is 9 with armor piercing. So he hits the bear for 9 damage. Almost wounding it. 1 point away. And his first swing of his axe. So armor is amazing, I will say. But you run out of durability. So when it comes to these higher, like these longer dungeons, I think I'm going to make it a priority to buy armor or whetstones. I would not enter a long dungeon without armor repair kits and whetstones. It's like having rations, effectively. So he hits for 9 damage, and then he's going to attempt to swing again. And a 60 is just out. He needed a 57. No. I'm sorry. That's not 7. That's not 2. That's a 7. He needs a 62, and I rolled a 60. So that is also a hit. Oh, yeah. 15 damage. Kills the bear. Choppa's just an absolute beast. Okay. So that ends that combat. So we're on to the next turn. It is a threat die. So we'll roll. 9 is what we're at. So we're at a 9. So that is a threat roll. Let's see what happens. 3. Forged under pressure. One enemy... While under pressure, some will break and some will harden. One enemy gains 15 combat skill until death. And that drops the threat level back to 6. Which is going to be that giant spider, obviously. Okay. Alright, first we're going to go with Crasher since he's not wounded. He is not stupid either. And he will attempt a regular attack. So he hits on a 72. And there's a -5 there. So 67. So he does hit. 2d6 plus 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. -1, so 10 damage. And is that enough to kill it? No, it's not. But it does bring him to 3 life. And he gets a second attack. 79 is going to be a miss. So that is it for Crasher. I really need to give them the same weapons. I thought I was trying to do like an off thing. I gave him the great axe and him the great sword, and I really shouldn't have done that because the picture just keeps messing with me. I should have given him the sword and him the axe, and it really does screw me up. All right, Splitter is not stupid, and he will attempt a power attack. So power attack will allow him to hit on a 68, 63. Man, his combat skill is terrible. And he still misses. So he misses with a power attack. Oh, I'm sorry. He couldn't even do that because he's wounded. So we'll just count that as the regular attack, and he just missed horribly. And now the spider's turn. He will attack Splitter with a web. And he hits, so he webs Splitter. Splitter will now be forced to break through. Okay, let's roll that scenario die. It's a 9. Well, 5. Only rules in the box should count. Is how I'm trying to do it. Keep it consistent. Okay, we're going to go with Crasha again. He is not stupid, and he will regular attack. And for his regular attack, he will hit on a 67. 89 is a miss. He will do the same. 13, that's a hit. 2d6, 6, 5, 11, 14, 13 damage. And that is enough. He had 7 hit points remaining. So that giant spider is dead. Very cool. Gone. Although technically Split is still wounded. So that is going to be a total of 300 experience between the two of them. And we get to roll for a part off the cave bear. And we do not get that part. Okay. New turn. We do make a threat roll. 11 is higher than we were actually now at a 7. So 7 goes to 8. All right. We're going to get the hell out of this area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No scenario die. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So where do the stairs pop up? In catacombs. So the other thing is I don't have mining picks, so I haven't bothered to roll to check for mining nodes and things like that. All right. So so when you explore, I will say this, I haven't been doing this part, but when you get mines or caverns, you're actually supposed to roll for each room for nodes. So for example, this spider cavern has 2 nodes in it, and the storehouse has 1. Oh, storehouse actually has a door in it. I didn't realize that. There's a door there. It's opened. Doors are never locked in caverns. So it's fine to not use it, I guess. But I don't have the rules in front of me for nodes. But basically, you roll and you have a chance of getting iron, silver, gold, even a power stone. And you can mine them. But because I don't have a pickaxe, you're actually not allowed, I don't think, to mine. I think I got the rule card right over here. Yeah, here it is. Nodes and crystals. So you got to identify them, and you have to pass a strength test with using a pickaxe. Mining will raise the threat level by +3. So ogres are actually, half ogres are really good for mining, so are dwarves. If successful, you roll on this 1d8 table, and you see what you find. So for each, okay. So it's not automatically a node. So you you have 2 rolls for that room, 1 roll for this room. You roll a d6 on a 1 or a 2, then you place a node. Nodes can be randomly placed, but if you get accidentally, so say you roll for 2 nodes and then you roll for location and they both rolled in the same exact location, then it's a rich node, and you get a bonus to your actual identification. 1 AP to identify. taking a whiz test, so I need Bright Star for that. So silver, gold, gemstones, mithril, or power stones, which is weird because there's also supposed to be iron. So I think this chart might be slightly off. I don't know if gemstones are supposed to be there. And then you find 1d8. So you can find up to 5 of those items. So not power stone. Power stone's always 1, but you can find up to 5 pieces of mithril or 5 pieces of gold or silver or iron. Iron's a big thing for crafting. So again, I am aware that those rules exist. I just haven't been using them because I don't have a pickaxe yet. I'm also not going to be doing any crafting in this campaign. All right. Catacombs, come on, rules. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so there's a different chart here. So iron, silver, gold, gemstones, mithril, power stones. So you roll a d20, and on a 20 you get a power stone. Most likely you're getting iron. So this is the correct chart. That card is must be from an earlier version. Okay. When you find the side quest objective card, they've found the way back up to the dungeon. To decide where they emerge, count the number of cards explored in the upper dungeon, and use a suitable die to randomize one of the titles. If the pile has been split, okay. Basically, I need to roll a d20. 19. Oh, that's good, actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13. So we'll call it a d12 then. No. I'm rerolling that. 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means that door from this side door is going to appear right here in this room. And these characters now reappear in the study. I believe he had moved 5 spaces, so he gets 1 more. He had moved 5 or 4. 5, doesn't matter. He gets another 2. All right. And then we're going to attempt to open this door. Actually, we're just going to wait. We're just going to wait. We'll just call that 1 turn. Okay, we do get a threat roll. It is a 16. That's going to raise our threat from 8 to 9. And I'm going to remove these cavern tiles now because I'm not going to be going back there. And put this door tile back. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got the fast talent. Now we'll attempt to open the door. I'm not going to wait forever. Unlocked, unopened. Unlocked, untrapped, rather. Storage room. Yeah, I finally got another room again. It's been a while. Small room with some kind of storage. There are piles of boxes lined up against the wall. There are 2 sets of boxes that can be searched. This is room R13. It's a 6 by 6 room. Looks like. Oh, it's a 4 by 4. And we're going to roll for an encounter. No encounter. So because there's no encounter, I get to roll on the dungeon event die. And Those events, I got a whole stack of cards, fat stack. Haven't had a single event this entire campaign. It does not happen very often. So, yeah, that's fine. So there's no enemies in there. That was Crasha who opened the door with his first action, and he's going to go 1, 2. He's going to search that box. Ooh, nice roll. 1 mundane treasure. 1d20 coins. 5 coins. Okay. And then Bright Star, 1, 2. And he's going to search that box. He gets a 7. That's going to be nothing. All right. New scenario die. 9. That is a threat roll. 12 is higher than our current threat of 9, so we go up to 10. Actually, we go up to 11 because we just opened the door. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they are going to spend their turn searching that room. So it's going to be Bright Star with his perception of 56 plus 10 from Choppa. So 12 is success. Yep. 14. So technically the rules say that's a reroll. I don't like that because the treasure tile is already in use. So normally that would be a treasure room. And you can... So it's a weird little rule, the way it's written. If you get a treasure room that's secret, after you leave, it disappears. So you can actually roll additional secret treasure rooms. But because this treasure room was not a secret, and it was part of the regular dungeon tiles, I can't roll a secret dungeon room, which is kind of weird. It's fine. Like, I'm okay with that. But the rules tell me, because it's already in use, that I have to re-roll. And I don't agree with that because I got a 14. That's a good roll. So instead of re-rolling and most likely getting nothing or possibly even a trap, I'm just going to get 1 fine treasure instead, which is the second best roll. Studded leather armor. Very nice. All right. So I roll 1d6 to figure out what piece I get. Hopefully it's a coat. Nope, it's a vest. Still not bad. Studded leather vest. And it's missing 2 points of durability. And do either of them... Yeah, I guess I'll equip that. No. Yeah. So we're going to put that on Choppa. So that's going to be 3 points of armor, 4 durability, -2. So it's just, so it has a total of 6 durability because it's a studded leather starts with 8. He normally has a padded jacket and a mail shirt, but they're both currently broken at 0 durability. So that's the reason why I'm doing that. All right, so he tosses him a awesome studded leather jacket that was hanging on the wall. Very cool. Was that, yeah, that's the end of that turn. Okay. Roll again, no dungeon, no scenario die. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgot to put a door in there. So we're going to put a door right here. Why not? And Choppa is going to attempt to open it. It is unlocked and untrapped. Still looking for that objective room, you know? And what do we get? The temple. Man, I'm starting to wonder if I even shuffled that in there. Clearly, this room has been used as a shrine for some forsaken god. On one side is an altar, flanked by 2 lit braziers. Along the opposite wall is a large statue, maybe resembling the forgotten deity. At least it fits in nice. No, I gotta do that. So I can put the door somewhere that makes sense. Okay, right there. Okay. Both the statue and the altar can be searched. All right. Now we roll for an encounter. 46. Yep, there's an encounter. Roll the d20. 13. So that's a 33. I think. Is that the centipede again? Nope. It's the satyrs with javelins and the shambler. Okay. 1d6 satyrs, 4 satyrs, and the shambler. Okay. Gotta get creative where I put stuff. Luckily, I still have my cards kind of set up, so yeah, up here works. This is going to be a big cleanup after I finish this dungeon. Going to be a lot of bookkeeping. Okay. First, we'll do the shambler. 4, 6. 4 is green. So he's up on top of the shrine. 2, 4. 6, 6. 3, 1. I don't think he can. Well, I think that's in the way. 6, 5. And 3, 5. Okay. I'll make sure they're facing correctly. Oh, he actually takes up that whole space, so he's just going to get pushed out there. Okay. So that's going to be, and the satyrs have perfect hearing, which cancels out because the bright star's perfect hearing. But so we're still going to have 4 white and 6 black. Really glad we got to get that piece of armor for Choppa before this battle. Now, health is pretty decent. Choppa's at 17. Crash is full at 27 in the back. Splitta's, oh yeah, he's wounded. He's only at 9. So that's not good. I thought I healed him. And Brightstar's at 13. To me, large creatures go first. So when you move large creatures, you shrink them down to 1 tile for their movement. So he comes up, takes up that whole doorway, and then returns back to 4 squares. So that will be his movement. Choppa is the only one in that doorway, and he will attempt 7 is special attack, so he will attempt to entangle, and he misses. Okay, white. So we're gonna start with the Shaman cause fear. No, he doesn't. We are going to start with Crasha. Crasha's not stupid. 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts him in position, and he can regular attack. 25 is going to be a hit for 2d6 plus 3. So 9 plus 3 is 12. Shambler has 2 armor, so 10 damage to the Shambler. So he runs up stabs him with his sword. Good job. Nice. Now we're going to check for Choppa. Choppa is also not stupid. He will regular attack as well. And 68 is a miss. He needs a 67. Yeah. And he misses again. Almost made short work of him. Satyrs are going to move up. They can't really do anything except stand in the wings. All right, we're going to go Bright Star. He's going to attempt to use his prayer. He does so successfully. It's 1d6 plus 1d3. We will do the red as the d3. So 5 hit points are now restored to Splitta. So Splitta goes from 9 to 14, and he is no longer wounded. For 1 energy. Bright Star, his energy drops to 2. Okay, then Bright Star will move 1 position and attempt to strike with his javelin. He will hit on a 65. 62 is a hit for 1d10. Oh, nice. 9. So 9 with 1 point of armor piercing. So he does 8 damage. 8 damage to the Shambler. And that wounds him. He has 12 hit points remaining. So last turns don't matter so much. We're just going to move these satyrs up. And then Splitta gets his turn, and he's just going to enter parry stance. There's nothing he can really do back there. I have to get him a ranged weapon. He's going to eat a beef jerky. He's going to eat 2 pieces of beef jerky, actually. I'll just get those out of my inventory. And that will heal him from 14 to 16. That's Splitta's turn. As long as he wasn't stupid. He was stupid. I'm just doing it anyway. I'm going to say he was stupid and he ate beef jerky. Because he was hungry. That's my game. I can do what I want. All right, 9. That is a threat roll. It's a 2, so that's definitely a fail. So we roll the threat die again. 4. Oh, no. Sorry. You got to be D10 in combat. 6. Frenzy. 1 enemy starts rolling with rage and attacks with renewed strength. It's a frenzy special perk till death. -3 the threat. So threat drops from 11 to 8. And we randomize. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is a reroll. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this guy right here gains the frenzy perk for the remainder of the battle. I don't think I have a token for that. Probably make one up. There's a lot of tokens. There's a little bird. Oh, here are the giant rats. The rat swarms. I was wondering about that. Yeah, I'll just use this, I guess. So I'll say that's Frenzy. That's a special ability. There's no stands for Rat Swarm, which is one of the enemies in the game, but there is actually a token for it. I didn't realize that. I thought it was an oversight. Okay. Shambler gets to go first. He is going to power attack. No, he's wounded, so he will regular attack, and he will regular attack Choppa. And he will miss. 65. He needed a... Oh, no. That's a hit. Because Choppa gets -10 from the Great Axe. So that actually is a hit. For 1d12 to the chest, 4 to the chest. And because I just equipped that studded leather jacket, that will, or studded leather vest rather, that will absorb that with natural armor. So, not too shabby. So I can kind of just skip around a little bit. Well, okay. So black, he skips his turn. White, we're going to go with Choppa. He is not stupid, and he will regular attack. 61, he hits on a 62, I believe. Or no, just 67. So that's a hit. 12 damage with armor piercing. And he has how much? That's exactly how much life he had. 12. So Shambler is defeated. And then he enters Parry Stance, because that was his first action. So then we roll. See which satyr acts first. It's going to be this third one. He's going to charge forward. So he's going to get a +10 to hit. So he will hit on a 55. 95, that's a miss. Okay. Crasha is actually going to move forward 1. He's going to move forward 2. And actually, yeah, no, he's going to move forward 2. And then he's going to use a point of frenzy. No, he's going to wait till next turn for that. He's just going to move forward, and then he's going to attack this guy here in the corner. 33 is a hit. 6 plus 3 is 9. And he has 1 point of armor, so 8 damage. And leaves him with 2 life remaining. Top left. All right. So 1, 2, 3. So this guy is going to move forward and attempt to attack. Now he will hit on a 45. He misses. Excuse me. And then this one gets the hit. He will... 7 is special attack. There is no special attack. He will regular attack Crasha. 005. That is a hit. And he has Fury or whatever it's called. Yeah, so he gets the free hit. So he's going to hit for a D10 to the 9 to the chest. Damn. He hits Crasha for 9 to the chest. Ooh, I should not have done this. So that's going to get absorbed by his natural armor. It's going to destroy his scale mail coat, but then get absorbed by the padded jacket underneath. So no damage. But he gets a free attack, which misses. And then he gets his second attack, which also hits with a 10. 10 to the chest. Ooh, so that one he won't absorb. So he'll absorb 6 damage of that. And he'll take 4, dropping to 23. And then I'm going to roll to see if it damages his throwing axe. Does not. And then he gets his free attack, which does not hit. Okay. So that is all of the Why can't I remember the name? Is it Fury? I feel like an idiot not knowing the name. Frenzy. He's Frenzy. Okay. Now, Splitta's turn. I have Splitta and Bright Star left. Splitta is not stupid, and he will charge forward 1 space. Attempt to stab him with a longsword. Ooh, 008, so that's a hit. D12. Where's D12? Over here. 5 plus 2 is 7. Yep, and he has 1 point of armor. So 6 damage, and wounds this one in this top, right? So these 2 are both wounded. And next we have Bright Star's turn, and Bright Star will move over 1 and then attempt to stab this one, and he successfully does with a 002, absolutely, and restores 1 point of energy. All 4 of my heroes have already gained a combat skill in this dungeon. So that's a clear hit, so he gets to re-roll 5. So he hits for 5 with armor piercing and kills the satyr pretty easily. Good job. All right, let's see what we got for tokens. So should be only 3 black now with the 4 white. So we kill both the Shambler and 1 satyr that round. There is no threat die. We're going to start with Crasha. He's not stupid. He's going to use Frenzy. And he's going to power attack this one directly in front of him. 74 is actually a hit on a power attack, I believe. So his combat skill 72 goes up to 92 with the power attack, and then I get a minus 15. So that brings it to 87, 77. So 74 is still under 77. So that's is a successful hit for 10 damage or 11. So 11 damage minus 1. He one-shots this satyr in front of him with that power attack. Now because of his frenzy, power attack gives him a free attack. So 56, he would hit on a 72 minus 15, so that's 57. So he hits on a 57, so that's a hit. And he kills this satyr. And with his final action, he can't charge, but he can move forward. He's only allowed to move forward and make attacks when in frenzy. Actually, he may not be able to power attack in frenzy. I don't know. I may have been playing that wrong. I'll have to double check. Let me just look that up right now. It never occurred to me that you couldn't power attack in frenzy. So just now. It might be a little bit too powerful. Let's work. Yeah. Standard attacks only. It's even in bold. So I can't use... Yeah, so I can't combine it with Battle Fury. I can only do standard attacks with Frenzy. Okay. Well, now I know. It's fine. All right. Now we'll see Choppa is stupid and loses his turn. And the Spirit Saints. Oops. And he gets to go. And he is going... No, that's a beast roll. 6 is a power attack. So he will power attack. 58 should be a hit. Yep, that's going to be a hit. So 2d10s. 10. So 10 with 1 armor piercing. To the head of Crasha. Damn. So 3 gets absorbed by the natural armor. And then another 3 by the leather cap. And he takes 4 damage. Going from 23 to 19. And loses a point of sanity. Going from 6 to 5. Also took durability damage on my leather cap. Now that was a power attack, so that ends his turn. And he doesn't get the benefits of the frenzy. So, I mean, that's the AI, so it goes both ways, I guess. All right, so now it's all my turn, since he's the only guy left. We're going to have Splitta move up. 1, 2, and he will attempt a regular attack. 36 should be a hit. But yes, because only it is actually, but only because he power attacked. If he had regular attack, that actually would have been a miss. So that is a hit for 3 damage. Actually 2 damage. So he is very much still alive. And then we get Bright Star. He's going to 1, 2, and he's going to attempt to stab through there, and he will also hit on 65, 98. No. Okay. So we will roll scenario die. We do have a threat roll. 9 is 1 higher than 8. So we raise the threat to 9. Let's see. All right, we're going to try Crasha again. Get revenge. 2. So he is not stupid. And he will try a power attack. Because why not? No, he'll just regular attack. I'm sorry. 50. That's a hit. 4. Plus 3 is 7. Minus 1, 6 damage. So he wounds the satyr. Doesn't kill it. He has 2 life remaining, and then he gets his second attack. And that's clearly a hit. For 10, 13 damage, 12 damage with the armor, which would one-shot it. And he cuts him right in half. Well done. As always. So far, I gotta say, I absolutely love my Half-Ogre Barbarian. Half-Ogre Warrior is almost as good. I think he just got a little bit worse rolls to start with. So for me personally, like, he has less constitution and he has less combat skill. Although barbarians do have more combat skill. So for me, Crasha has better hit points, better armor, and a better hit score. But honestly, Choppa is amazing as well. So they're both doing such a good job. Splitta as a rogue, we'll see. I think he's going to be really good at high levels. I really do. I think he's going to be exceptional. But he's clearly not at the beginning of the game. He's just not at the same level. And it's really hard, even maxing out his dex, to get him a decent combat skill early on. And, he's just kind of not great at anything. He's got almost 20 points less combat skill than my Boar Priest. So, and the only thing you can raise cheaply on a rogue is dex. everything else costs 3 points at level up, so you can only get a single +5. Like if I wanted to give him 5 combat skill, that would be his entire level. Although at higher levels, they can train every single one of their skills through a guild. So that's where I think they start to really shine with, and some of their special talents and stuff. Basically a warrior getting sneak perks and stuff. Okay, so I threw the cards away before I did my loot. That was 4 satyrs, which is worth 320 experience, and a shambler for 450. So that would be 770 experience. I am very likely to level up. And then 4 rolls on the tier 1. So 2 is 20 coins. Nothing. 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 So 20 coins. And I get a alchemy roll to harvest shambler leaves, and I fail. Okay. So now that the battle is over, roll a scenario die. We are good. We are going to 1, 2, 3. He is going to search that shrine, and we get a 2. So it is a statue and an altar. The altar, I rolled a 2. Altar gives me 1d3 potions. That's interesting. 3 potions. Doesn't say what kind, so I gotta roll what kind of potions I get. I'm gonna just keep them all the same to make it simple. Because it's 1d3 potions, right? So it makes sense for them to do the same type. There's my potion table. Settlements, armor, shields, relics. Alchemy, alchemy, alchemy. Oh, skip right by. Okay. D3 and a D10. 2, 7. Poison. So I found, how many potions did I find? 3? 2? I think 2, right? 2 potions of poison. Okay. They're just going to go in the big bag for now. So that can be really useful. Anybody can use those to poison their weapons, I believe. And I'll roll a quick alchemy roll to see if they're identified. They're not. So I do not know what they are until I pay when I go visit town. So 2 poison potions. Very nice. All right. Then Choppa. Well, Brightstar is going to move to the middle of the room. And Choppa is going to come in and he's going to search that statue. All right. Nothing. Okay. And that'll be it for that turn. I think we're going to rest. We'll take a rest. So we'll spend, so that'll be my 3rd rest in this dungeon. And we'll lose another ration. There's no wandering monsters or anything. Since I figured out how the threat die works, I've been getting a lot less wandering monsters, as you've noticed. All right, so we're going to roll. We're going to play that lute. Or again. Yeah, no, the harp. So the harp successfully is cast. So D6 is red. D3 is green. 7 hit points, which heals Choppa to full. And then Crasha. 3 plus 2, so 5, which heals Crasha from 19 to 24. And then Splitta heals, I don't know, was 6. He goes back up to 18. Bright Star's only missing 2, so yep, he heals the full. So everybody's at full except Crasha. And then Crasha also gets 1d6 energy, so Crasha is full energy. Everybody is full energy. Everybody's full hit points except Crasha has 24 out of 27. I also still, all 4 of them each have a point of luck. Choppa's at 9 sanity, Crasha's at 5, Splitta's at 5, and Bright Star's at 8. So pretty good. And then we get a roll for an ambush. That's the 3rd rest, so 30 plus 9, 39. Ooh, ambush. And I had not closed the door, so I got to determine one of them randomly up. So 4. The other 3 are down. And the prone, I mean, I can reorganize them how I wanted to, though. So let's just say that, like, these 2 were up here and these 2 were back here. We'll just do that because that's how I would do it. And then we roll to see what we encounter. 15. So that's a 35. Gnolls, and so gnolls with battle axes and gnolls with crossbows. D6 and a D4. 5. So 5 melee gnolls and 1 crossbow gnoll. You can just fight. I just realized if you want to level up, or if you're close to level up, you can literally just rest. And you will likely roll ambushes. And it's just like a free encounter. Not that there's really a shortage of rooms to search or battles to fight. So this is what I was saying. I'm most likely, my character's going to level up to 4. I think I already have enough experience for that. And Split is going to level up to 3, so he's still not going to catch up. There's even a chance Splitta might even level up to 4 as well. So he might actually jump from level 2 to level 4 after this dungeon. And this is not a campaign. This is just a random, regular dungeon. It's 8 rooms, 8 corridors, plus an objective room, plus whatever else you roll. So, you know, it is what it is. So they're going to be in this little 4x4 room. So we'll start with the crossbow. 2, 4. So he's going to start up here on that box. 1, 1. 2, 2. 4, 3. 3, 2. And 4, 3. Which is a reroll. 2, 1. Okay. So let me get out cards for them. No. And what we have is some are going to have battle axes. Let's see, 35. Gnolls, battle axes, shield, and 2 armor. Or crossbows, daggers, 2 armor. You say shield? Yeah. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, and they get a bonus. I think it's negated by person. I don't know. So I get 4 tokens. They get a bonus 2, I think, on an ambush. 2 or 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's just give them 2. I think it's 3, but I'm going to cancel out 1 because of the perfect hearing. And this is for the first round. Okay, range character goes first. So he is going to move 2 spaces and then shoot at Crasha. Now his range skill is only 35. Holy crap, he hit. 33. I will attempt to dodge and fail. So Crasha has lost his dodge. That crossbow is pretty dangerous, actually. It's a D10 plus 3. So 9 to the leg, 2 points with 1 point of armor piercing. Okay, so Crasha, he's going to absorb 3 with natural armor and then another 4. Nope, Scared Mucko is destroyed. So of the 9, he's going to take 6 damage. And he goes from 24 to 18. Yeah, his leg armor is destroyed currently. And he is unloaded. I'm going to move that door for a little, just this fight. All right. We're just going to go who's closest. 1, 2, and 4. He's going to make room for his buddies. And then he will attempt regular attack. Well, let's see. 31's a hit, but does he attempt to parry? No. So he's going to regular attack. That's a hit. And so he hits for 1d10 as well. 8 to the chest. So also with 1 point of armor piercing. So 3 natural armor and then 2. So he absorbs 5 damage of the 9. So he still takes 4 damage. And he drops to 14 life. 1 point away, actually, from being wounded. So not a great start for me at all. I'm going to need to rest again after this. All right. We're going to have Splitta stand up? No. No, that's dumb. Parry stance doesn't really make sense. We're going to activate Crasha. He's okay there. He's going to regular attack. 80 is a miss. 38 is going to be a hit. 6 plus 3 is 9. Minus 3. So 6 damage to this knoll in the back, wounding him. And that will use up Crasha. Okay. Then this knoll will charge, getting a plus 10, allowing him to hit on a 65. He hits on a 44. 7 to the chest. Now his padded jacket's still active, so he absorbs 6 armor, 5. So he takes 2 points of damage, drops 12 and becomes wounded. Padded jacket takes 1 more. So I will say one thing I have been doing in my favor a little bit too much is I have not been factoring in the negative 2 hit bonuses often enough from the Great Sword and the Great Axe. So any enemy that attacks Crasha gets plus 5 to hit because of the Great Sword, and any enemy that attacks Choppa actually gets plus 10 to hit all the time. So when I power attack with him, you get plus 20 to hit Choppa, for example. All right, so this time Choppa's going to turn. Is he too stupid to get up? No, he's not. So he's going to stand up, and he's going to regular attack this null here. So I have kind of screwed that up. So I may have misrepresented how good the two-handed weapons are a little bit. 72 is definitely going to be a miss, though. One, two, three. And he will get to attack Choppa. 70 is a miss, though. Okay. Then Splitta is he stupid? No. Well, roll in here. No. So he's going to get up, and he's going to move 1, 2. And that's going to end his turn. And we're going to move him here. Okay, and Brightstar's going to get up. And he's going to move 1 point over here. And he's going to attempt to pray. He can't take any other actions, but he can attempt to pray. 78 is going to fail, so he's going to lose 1 point of energy. Okay, so now it should just be the 5 black. No, 6 black, sorry. All right, scenario die? Nope. Very good there. Okay, it's going to be the Archer Knoll, and he's going to reload his crossbow. That takes full 2 actions. Then it's going to be one of these two in melee. It'll be this one on the left. And he will parry stance, so which means he will standard attack Choppa and miss. 62. Yeah, that's still a miss. And then go into parry stance. It's actually a pretty smart move for him. And then it's going to be... Is Crasher wounded? He is. So I'm going to go with Brightstar, and he's going to attempt to heal once again. 65 is a success. So 1d6 plus 1d3 plus 1. Red will be d6, green will be d3. So 2 plus 1, 3, 4 hit points to Crasher. Which brings him up to 16. He is no longer wounded. And Brightstar's energy is back down to 1. So that is his first action. That one goes away. And then he will move over here and he will attempt to diagonally hit this guy. And he does hit at 35 for 6 points of damage with 1 point of armor piercing. So he hits for 4 damage, which is enough, just enough to kill it. So Brightstar comes over, skewers the first knoll, and gets that, not first blood, but first kill. So good job, Brightstar. My hero. He's always getting me out of the tough spots. That's really what his job is these two guys basically kill everything. He gets me out of all my fuck-ups, and Splitta kind of supports everyone. It's kind of my gopher. Oh, always. Okay. So it's going to be this other guy that's in melee with Crasher. And 8 is going to be regular attack. 56, I believe, is a miss. Yes, that's a miss. He needed a 55. And then he misses again. Okay. Now we're going to activate Crasher. He's not stupid, and he will frenzy. And he will regular attack this one that just tried to attack him. And he will miss, and he will regular attack him again. 69 is still a miss. Yeah, there's a minus 15 to hit on them. So he misses twice. That's not great. I hate wasting frenzies. All right. The other black tokens are just going to be for these guys who can't do anything. I forgot. I should have had him move closer. I'm sorry. He should have moved up. I don't do push a lot. I know they're supposed to make room, but it really depends how, like, can they push him into that corner? I don't think so. I don't think they can push him between two of his own allied characters. Get everybody in the melee. They could definitely push him back. He can't move diagonally between the statue. Oh, maybe he could. I'm counting that statue as well, I guess there's rules for it. I was counting the statue as impassable. Let me see. There's actually rules for it. So let's look up the furniture table. That's the outdoor furniture table. Okay. One of the things I'm definitely not great on is the terrain features. I'm still learning. Okay. So statue cannot be entered if it's larger than 50% of the square. So I was playing that correctly. You cannot move through that statue. That counts as a no-go zone. So you can't move between a no-go zone and an opposing player. Okay. So it's fine. They're going to stay back there for this round. I'll try it out next turn. See if there's anything else I can do. Choppa is not stupid. He will attempt to power attack this guy in the parry stance. So that brings him from 67 to an 87. And then the parry gives him another minus 10. So minus 25. So I hit on a 60. And then he gets a plus 5 for that. So, yeah, that just cancels out the shield. So it just cancels out, and it's 67. 35. Sweet. So his power attack hits for 4 or 9 plus 5, 14 damage, which is enough to kill him with the armor piercing. So he kills that knoll in the parry stance pretty easily. And that's the end of the round. Okay, so we should have 4 white and 4 black now. Even when I play pretty regularly, it's easy to still get stuff confused. And, you know, I want you guys, if you're watching this, especially to, like, learn how to play, think of it more like D&D in a box, right? It's more of a tabletop game, and it's a good game to kind of get stories, and it's really good at creating those oh shit moments, and like, oh my god, like I thought I was dead, but you know, I came through with a really great roll and got a critical hit, and you know, one-shotted that guy, or you know, falling down in the cavern, the catacombs, or you know, certain traps can really turn the tide on you, and it creates those big exciting moments. So it's a great kind of story generator. This is definitely something where I could see players playing through a dungeon and then writing down what happened. Oh, we went through the storage room. This is what happened. Didn't find anything. Then we go into the throne room, and this is what we fought these enemies, and had a heroic roll that allowed Bright Star to save the day. You know, there's just a lot of big moments that happen in this game. Like my scale mill armor getting destroyed. For both of my main guys, their armor's destroyed now, and they're taking real serious damage. Um, and the sinkhole and the skeletons that appeared in the treasure room and the catacomb falling into there and the wandering monsters and everything. Like there's already been a lot of good moments. So anyway, it's more of an experience than a strict mechanically driven board game. You're gonna find instances where the mechanics are not defined or not clear, and you got to be comfortable just making up your own rules just to keep the game going. Just do something that makes sense, and then figure it out later if what you do is correct or not, and don't sweat it if you did something that was more to your advantage or your disadvantage, because you're going to make mistakes both ways. It'll probably even out for the most part. Don't intentionally, I wouldn't personally intentionally do things to benefit myself. I like a harder game. Not everybody does. So you can also, if the game's too hard and you don't like the idea of your party wiping, because you do put a lot of investment into these characters, and you play these characters for 20, 30, 40 hours, and then you wipe and you got to start over, that can be really rough on people. For me, I enjoy it. I like playing, video games on Iron Man and stuff sometimes. Depends on the game. But for this type of game, because there's so many characters I want to try, it doesn't bother me at all. I have 30 different characters I want to make, and I only allowed to use 4. So for me, it's kind of just part of the game. Just don't be afraid to modify stuff. Don't be afraid to ignore rules you don't like. Don't be afraid to add your own rules or house rule. There's a lot of things that are not clear, like how reach works specifically with spears, or how charging rules work and things like that. Like, it's not perfectly well defined. There's going to be situations where you need to make judgment calls, and just don't be afraid to make your own judgment calls. If you're a type of player that wants everything perfectly defined at all times, this may not be the game for you. It's just not that kind of a game. But if you're looking for more of a thematic experience and kind of D&D in a box, or solo D&D that you don't need a GM for, this is great. And you can actually, there's no reason why you can't combine this with a tabletop role-playing game and add more, like use this as a foundation and incorporate more of those other elements into it. But it just gives you a nice dungeon crawl so that you don't have to have a GM or DM necessarily. Okay. Rant over. Scenario die. No threat roll. It's a great game. I love it. You should love it. You should play it. All right, we're going to go with Crasha. He is in Frenzy. And 70 is not a hit. He needs a 62. 28 will be a hit on a second attack for 4 damage, 7 damage, minus 3, so 4 damage. And then his free attack is a miss. So he does 4 damage to that knoll. So his frenzy was largely wasted. He just kind of flailed around. But he did manage to catch one in the shoulder towards the end there. So it wasn't a complete loss. Okay, cool. So Choppa is not stupid, and he's going to move up. And he's going to strike at that crossbow. Dude, it's 19 is definitely a hit. I don't even need to look. Stat chart. 11 plus 5 is 16. That one shot's run. So he pushes. Can he do that? He can. So the reason he can do that is because this is his ally. Right? So I was saying the knoll that was in this position earlier couldn't move or push me out of the way because he has a statue on one side and he had Crash on the other. But Choppa can move in between the statue and Crasha because Crash is going to let him. Crash is going to let him through. So that is a totally legal move. And he moves up, and then he can attack, and he just swings and cuts that crossbow knoll right down the middle, right in half, before he can get a bolt off. Another bolt off. All right, so we're going to start with this one that's wounded. Well, not wounded, but that just took a hit. Actually, I roll between them. Never mind. So it's actually going to be this top one that's already engaged with Choppa. And he will 8 special regular attack. He will hit for 3 to the chest, which gets absorbed. That's not going to do anything. And then he will attack again and miss. Now this other one will go, and he will choose between Choppa and Crasha. He will attack Crasha with 9 regular attack. He will hit for 2 to the leg, and that will just get absorbed by his natural armor. And then he will hit Choppa again in the leg for 7, which is actually 8 with armor piercing. So he'll absorb 3, and he will take 5 damage. Bring him down to 11, and he is now wounded again. All right. Splitta will charge. He will move up 1, attempt to hit, and miss. And this guy will move back down 1, and he will strike at Choppa. 0-2. 7 to the arm. I keep forgetting about dodges. All right, so Choppa has his dodge. 7 to the arm. He successfully dodges. Okay, and that leaves Bright Star. Bright Star's turn. He will attempt to pray. 44, that's a successful prayer. 1d6 plus 1d3. Red will be d6, green will be d3. So 5 plus 2 is 7, and then plus 1, 8. So he heals Crasha for 8 from 11, going from 11 to 19. As his first action. Then he will move, or not as an action, actually, as his prayer. Then he'll move over, and he has no more energy. That was his last energy point. He'll move over 1 and attempt to strike this knoll in front of Splitta. 21 is going to be a hit for 2 damage, 1 point of armor penetration. It gets absorbed by his armor. It doesn't do anything. And that will be that round. Scenario die. All right, so 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be this middle one is going to attempt to either 10 power, no, standard attack. So he will standard attack against Choppa. He will hit for 5 in the chest, which will be absorbed by his armor. Even though it had, it's 5 plus 1 with armor piercing. So it's actually 6. So he does take 1 point of damage and 1 point of durability damage. So Choppa goes to 23. Even if this was a video game, it would be kind of complicated to do the calculations. Yeah, okay. And that was his first attack. So he gets to attack again and he misses. Axes are no joke in this game. 1, 2. So axes if you want to deal damage to your enemies and you don't care if you get hit. Swords if you want to actually defend yourself and like parry and whatnot, which I pretty much never do. And I'm just relying on their big hit point totals and from healing to save the day. But most players are going to want to use shields and swords and parry stance significantly more. Like it would make more sense to have your fighters in front attack with a regular attack, go into parry stance every time, and then have 2 characters in the back that either have javelins so they can stab through or have ranged weapons or spells or something like that. That makes much more sense. So it's this top guy. And he will regular attack. And he will hit. 4 to the chest. 4, so that's 5 with 1 point of armor piercing. So that will get absorbed though. By the studded leather and natural armor. He does get a second attack, which is also a hit because of the great axe. 5 to the head, so 6 to the head with armor piercing. But Choppa actually has a mithril plate helmet. So he actually, even with the armor piercing, he absorbs 8 damage with no problems. Up to 8. So he gets hit twice, but he absorbs both of those through his armor. All right. Now we're going to go with... yeah, why not? We'll go with Choppa. We'll go Choppa first. He will attack this guy right in front of him. Standard attack. 51 should be a hit. 67 with a minus 10. Yep. So 57. And 3 plus 5 is 8 with 2 points of armor piercing. So 7 damage gets dealt. So he slashes him with his great axe, heavily wounding him, leaving quite a bit of damage done. I don't know who is this that took 4. Is that this guy? Yeah, I think it is. Okay. I was using 2 different methods of keeping track of hit points and I got confused. Alright, let's go with Splitta then. Splitta is not stupid. He will power attack though. So he hits on a 48, 68, minus 10, so 58. Oh, 96. So his power attack fails horribly. Swings very wide. Why did I go if that was a black token? I'm so confused. All right, we'll go with Bright Star. Bright Star will attempt a power attack as well. He will hit on an 85 on a 75. 29. 2. 9. So that's going to do with 1 point of armor piercing. So that will still do 7 damage and that will kill this gnoll. So Bright Star, very effective with that javelin. So these guys have all gone. So the only guy left is going to be Crasha. Sorry, I didn't do a great job of my tokens that round. So he's going to move up 1 and then tap to actually attack this guy diagonally. He normally hits on 72, so 62. 87 is going to be a miss. So 4, 2. Yeah, I was actually reading about another player using halfling warriors and stuff, and it worked out for him just because I would personally use an elf, because his dex was so high. He'd have a really high combat skill and a really high dex, So starting with a really high dex gives you a high combat skill and a high dodge, and then you just give him the best shield you can give him, and you make him go into parry stance a lot. And if you do, there's a perk or a talent you can take that allows you to parry twice while in parry stance. So then you can get 1 dodge per battle plus 2 parries per round, with a plus 15. So you can parry on like an 80, even at a pretty low level, which is really, really good way to do it, to just buy yourself a lot of time and negate a lot of enemy attacks. I actually highly recommend doing that as opposed to what I'm doing. So this first guy's going to go. He is wounded, so he will regular attack. He will hit Choppa for 3 damage in the chest with armor piercing, and that's just going to get absorbed. The other thing you can do is go with like a rogue or a thief. You'll see as I start getting Splitta leveled up, but you'll get access to perks which allow you to dodge multiple times per battle for energy points, which makes a lot of sense. And it's just that for Splitta, for example, his dodge isn't that high. But if he was a halfling or an elf or even a human, it would be significantly better. All right, so my turn. I will go with Crasha. And Crasha will attempt to regular attack this guy directly in front of him that is not wounded. And 72, so he'll hit on a 62. Oops. That's definitely a hit. 13. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Minus 3 from the armor. So 4 damage to this guy up here. Not enough to wound him, but pretty close. So they're both injured. Not necessarily wounded, but injured. And that was a regular attack, right? So I get a second one. And no, that's a miss. That's a miss. And that's going to do it for Crasha. So even just playing the game kind of gives me ideas for like other characters I want to play. I actually really like elves. So that was going to be Choppa. He's acting stupid and he loses his turn. All right, now Brightstar is going to move up and he's going to strike with his javelin at that guy up there. 80, that's a miss. So then this guy's going to go last. Is he going to go into parry stance? No, he will regular attack. He will regular attack Crasha. And he will hit for 7 in the leg. So, or actually 8. 3 of that will get absorbed, and he hits Crasha for 5 damage, bringing him down to 14 hit points, almost wounding him. So, how did I get him all the way healed back up? I thought he was. No. Oh, that was the last battle, right? I don't know. I'm confused now. That's okay. And that's going to end. Splitta can't do anything. Yeah. Splitta can't do anything. Because I have not given him a ranged weapon. There is no scenario die. Okay. Crash is going to go first. 30 if he is not stupid. He's not stupid, so he hits the guy directly in front of him for 8 damage. That's enough to kill this one. Very nice, with a regular attack. He will then follow that up by regular attacking the other remaining gnoll and missing very badly. Alright, then we will go with Choppa. Is Choppa stupid? He is not. He will power attack. So power attack, 67, 87, 77. Oh, 89. So he misses with his power attack. making him a very easy target. Okay, it does get to be the enemy. Does he target Choppa? No, he does not. Does he enter parry stance? No, he's going to standard attack Crasha and miss. So he tries to get revenge for his fallen comrade swinging his axe at Crasha after seeing his last buddy go down, but he swings too wide in his anger and doesn't get a hit. All right, we're going to go with Bright Star, and Bright Star is going to attempt a power attack. So 65, 85, 75. Ooh. Yeah. So Bright Star also misses through the power attack. And that's going to do it because Splitta can't do anything. Enemy loses one more black token. Scenario die. Yep. Nope. So that raises the threat level by 1 to 10. Okay. Choppa. He will do a regular attack this time. Nope, he's stupid. He will stand there looking confused. All right. Choppa, or Crasha, is not, so he will go 1, 2. And then he will regular attack. 54 should be a hit. Yeah, he hits on a 62. 5 damage. Yep, that's enough. And that kills that last surviving gnoll. Okay. Getting a little bit better with the flow of combat and just making sure everything goes smoothly. So that ends up being 6 gnolls, sorry. We will roll for the one with the crossbow first. So the 6 gnolls are worth 480 experience. Still less than the Macrobite type, just by themselves. All right, so crossbow first. That is going to be nothing, I believe. Yep. So 6. Nothing. Nothing. 4 is 1 bandage. Nothing. Another bandage. And I believe that's 5 rolls. And nothing. So I get 2 more bandages. So I'm up to 5 in my backpack. Okay. Not too shabby. And currently, I must have done something wrong. Choppa's at 23 life, Crash is at 19, Splitta's at 18, and Bright Star's still at 15. I thought I got Crash wounded, but I guess they were at full life before. Yeah, that was in the last battle, because everybody healed up. Okay. New scenario die. 9, so we do roll. 11 is higher than 10. Just by 1. So we go up to 11. And that's that. 1. I'm just going to have them search. He's going to move in. And then the other 3 are going to search the room. So we get a 56 plus 15, so 71. I'm going to reroll. 64. So that's a success. So we roll on the table. 85 is nothing. So that room has been searched. Nothing has been found. Okay. 1 second. I'm gonna pause for just a second. Run to the bathroom real quick. Okay, I'm back. All right. Let's roll the scenario die. We don't have anything to do there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. And we will attempt to open that door. Unlocked, untrapped. Ooh, wow, that's how you know it's a big dungeon. Even though I stole a couple of the doors, this is the last open door figurine or miniature that I have. All right, let's see what we get. Lava Breach, room 20. This room seems to be hewn from the rock. I'm going to remove these. The heat is almost unbearable as lava has eaten through parts of the wall. Okay. There are 2 sets of boxes untouched by the lava that can be searched. Any encounter in this room has a 50% chance. The way this tile is set up, you don't have a lot of options. So it's actually, I'm going to have to adjust the camera a little bit. Sorry. It's actually hanging over the edge of the table. So I'm going to, this is going to be the last door, right? Right here. But when we go through that, I'm going to shift it up to the top so that I can keep it all in the same map. Thankfully, in this game, when you complete a dungeon and you get through the objective room, you don't have to trek all the way back through. You just kind of teleport out. A wandering monster, however, still has to make it through everything. But it would take a long time for a wandering monster to get to me at this point. Okay, so an encounter in this room has a 50% chance of being 1d3 fire elementals instead of using the normal encounter tables. Doors cannot be placed in the brown areas. All right, let's, yeah, I guess I can roll up there. It's a little awkward. Can you guys see? Yeah. All right, that's a 27. No, you can't see that, can you? It's a 27. Yeah, this has got to be. I'll put it right here. There you go. Maybe I'll read off my scores starting now. There is an encounter. 1, 2, 3, fire elemental. Fire elemental. And it is going to be 2 fire elementals. Okay. I have no idea what those are or how powerful they are. I gotta go find them. I know they have cool. That's what I'm saying. There's just lots of little surprises. And there is no reason why you can't homebrew more stuff on top of that. Oh, it's actually a woman dancing. I don't know if you can see that in the art, but it's subtle. But that's one leg, that's another leg. That's the top of her knee and her foot. And she's got her hand up, and that's her face. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Just looked like a fire to me. I didn't notice that before. Okay. So this room is what, 6 by 12, looks like? So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to re-roll that. 2 by 9. Yeah, we'll just start it there. That's close enough. Okay. Now I got to find the fire elemental card, because I don't know what they are. They're really fun magic. There's a lot of stuff I have not seen. I've never fought an orc and goblin, or a reptile for that matter, or a dark elf. There we go, magic. Lurker, Psyker, Lesser Plague, Bloat Demon, Blood Demon, Fire Elemental. Okay. So for example, like I was saying, there's lots of random stuff that can happen. If you play a wizard, you have access to tons of abilities and cool spells. Wizards actually seem really cool. They can still use weapons and armor. They can use leather armor, and they can still use things like javelins and crossbows. which is really cool. So you can give one a spear and shield and have him stab from behind while also supporting your guys with casting spells. And wizards can even learn healing spells too. So it's really cool, and they have like 30. You know, at the end of the day, like a war priest isn't that much different from a fighter. They get access to different talents and perks, but they can use the same equipment. They can wear the same armor, use the same weapons, right? So there's no reason why a war priest can't be standing right at the front with a long sword and a shield or an axe, swinging away. It's just instead of using their energy on, so while a warrior will use their perks, their energy on leadership abilities a lot of the time, or combat abilities, or like a barbarian will use them all in combat abilities, a priest gets buffs. He can buff himself or his allies or heal. That's really the only difference. And their starting abilities are obviously different, but you can train them up over time. Wizard's no different. Sorry, I'm going on a ramble a little bit. But a wizard gets access to like 40 or 50 different spells, whereas a war priest only gets, maybe a dozen over the course of the game. But a mage can miscast, and if you miscast a spell, you run the risk of summoning demons that will just immediately spawn on your position and just can absolutely, and I'm sure people party wipe from these. It can be really inconvenient to try to heal and then summon a bunch of powerful demons right on top of you. All right, Fire Elemental. 55 combat skill, 1d10 damage, -5 to hit, no armor, 4 movement, 15 hit points, so they don't seem too hard. Magic Being, vanish when destroyed, there's no loot. Oh, all attacks cause fire damage. So they ignore all armor and natural armor. And they take extra damage from water. Yeah, and if summoned by a hero, the elemental gains extra hit points and damage if you're higher level. So that might be one of those examples of, yeah. Hey, my dogs just started freaking out. I'm going to check on them, and I'll be right back. I'm just going to pause the video real quick. Okay, sorry about that. I'm sorry, I'm going off rambling, but, I don't think that many of you are actually sitting here watching these all the way through. Maybe some of you are. I hope some of you are. But, it's my hobby. Whatever. 6. Okay, so there's no threat die. This door goes over here. So we're going to have 4 and 2 tokens. I don't know how you would do water damage. Like if you could throw a bucket of water at them, or maybe that's a spell. Maybe that's something only the mage can do. The wizard. I'm not really sure. All right, we're going to go with the closest beast, which is this guy. 4 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we're going to try Krasha. Where'd all my dice go? Oh, they're up there. Okay, so he's not stupid. So Krasha will charge. He will move forward and charge. So 31 is going to be a hit. 7, 10 damage. There is no armor on a fire elemental. So he charges forward, swings his greatsword down, cleaves the fire elemental woman through the shoulder, and damages her greatly. Okay. Now, Choppa, who is also not stupid, will move forward 2 and then 4. We'll stay sideways, actually. And he will do a regular attack as well. He will hit on a 62, and he will miss. I get to go again. Splitta will then move. Well, let's roll. See if he's stupid. He is not. So he will move 1, 2, 3. And he will attempt to strike with his longsword. He will hit on a 43. 52 is a miss. Okay, and then Bright Star is going to move 1, 2. And attempt to stab with his spear. 11 is a hit for 9 damage with a point of armor piercing. So he kills that first fire elemental. Bright Star, just, I don't know if it's a javelin. He does have a high combat skill, to be honest. It's only 2 points below Chopper's. Rolo, what's wrong? What are you crying about? Oh. Okay. Hold on 1 sec, guys. There's a bee in the house. I gotta take care of this. Okay, sorry once again. Yeah, that bee was going nuts. It did not want to be in my house. But I managed to get it on the end of a fly swatter and put it out the window, and it flew away. That was Bright Star. All right, so last guy is going to be this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bright Star is awesome. Probably my favorite. I like Splitta. I liked Throat Slitta better. Obviously, it had better stats. Splitta just hasn't quite come into his own yet. I know he's going to be great. He just hasn't happened yet. I'm still waiting for him to show me why he's good. 15 is above my threat of 11. So we go up to 12. Okay. So Fire Elemental will charge Choppa. And he hits on probably, let's see, 55, 65 from the charge. And then Choppa gets the -10. So, yep. So he will hit on 75, so 68 works. And he does 1d10 fire damage. So 3 fire damage to the chest. Choppa drops to 20. And then I roll a 1d3. And he will take 2 points of fire damage next round. I'm just going to apply that now. It's too difficult for me to keep track of, so I'm just going to count. I'm just going to apply the bonus damage from fire like immediately. I think. Unless it's life or death. Yep, and that ends his turn. Alright, so first we'll start with Choppa. He is stupid, so his turn gets skipped. Then Crasha he'll move 2, 4, and he will attempt a regular attack. 002, so that will grant him a bonus point of energy. He'll go back up to 2 energy. And he can reroll his damage rolls. So 9, or 7, so 9 plus 3 is 12 damage. There is no natural armor. So 12 damage to the fire elemental. Very nice. Then we will go with Splitta. Move up, and he will attempt to attack. 56 is going to be a miss for him. And I had to check to actually see if he could even... Was he stupid? He was not. And then Bright Star will move 2, and he will attack. 11 is clearly a hit. And 4, with 1 point of armor piercing, is enough to kill Fire Elemental. So Bright Star, once again, getting a kill. He just... Man. Highly recommend you guys. Just give your... like priest characters and your like thief characters. If you have two... I'm going to make a video about party creation, because I feel like a lot of people are struggling with it. My recommendation is to do a similar setup to this. So you should have 2 melee characters, 1 utility character, and 1 mystic character, or healer in my mind. So the 3, you only have 3 real options for melee. Technically, you could use a ranger, but you could get away with a ranger as your second one. But what you really want are 2 characters to be melee, because of hallways and doorways are 2 squares wide. So you want 2 characters to be able to stand there, block the zone of control for the enemies pushing through, and then 2 other characters stand behind them and to either cast range abilities or use javelins and strike through. So you should have 2 characters that are either a warrior, barbarian, or knight, possibly a ranger. You can build them up to be really good melee characters, but their perks and everything are really designed for ranged. But they also get really good constitution scores, so you can get really high natural armor on a ranger too. So I do kind of consider them a warrior class, just they're the most ranged of the warrior classes, whereas like a knight can't use ranged weapons at all, and barbarian is very damage focused. Warrior is a little bit more balanced. He can use has a good range weapon score and good armor. And then only 1 utility character, which would be, I kind of consider rangers more of a utility character than a warrior, than a tank. So between ranger, rogue, thief, pick one. And then I would only have 1 healer, and that would be a druid, wizard, alchemist, or war priest. Now you can, right? So like the war priest is the most melee focused of the mage characters, while the wizard's the least, right? You can also melee with a monk, technically with a druid. Like there are ways to finagle it a little bit. You can use an alchemist instead of a thief, for example, because you can get an artificer can open up doors, can get a really good pick, lock, disarm skill. So there's like ways around it, but for beginner players, 2 melee characters, 1 utility, and 1 healer. And even if you picked a mage or something like that, I would focus on heal spells. If you pick an alchemist, I would start with all healing potions, for example. Yeah. And I really do feel like that's the best way to play at the beginning. Anyway, both fire elementals are dead. They offer no loot, but I do get 500 experience for that. So I am very, very close. I believe I have enough for my 3 characters to level up to level 4. And I'm getting very close to Splitta having enough too. He only needed a little over 6,000 to go from 2 to 4. And I just got another 500 right there. So I've been, it was 1,000 between the null fight and those elementals. It's okay though, Laura. I know, I've been filming for a while. You're alright. Alright, so scenario die does go off. 19 is definitely higher than what I have, which is a 12. So that goes up to actually a 14 because I just won a battle. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't need to rest. So I think I'm going to wait on that. Even though Bright Star's out of energy, my hit points are alright. So, alright, scenario die does go off. Roll a threat. 17, still higher than 14. But that's starting to get a pretty high threat level. 15. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We're going to search these boxes right here. 6, that's going to be nothing. And 1, 2, 3, and we're going to search these boxes right here. That's going to be nothing. Box, I believe you need a 4 or better to find anything. Yep. 5 through 10 is nothing. So then 1, 2. Splitta is going to attempt to open the door. It is unlocked and untrapped. So it's going to open up into a doorway up on that side. Get rid of these. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there. There's only 4 cards left. Corridor. No. No. The party comes across the stairs leading upwards into darkness. The steps are slippery but worn. This must be a widely used passage. Take 4 more cards from the pile of unused cards and add them to the middle of the pile. There is no encounter in this room. Man, 4 more. Makes me cry a little bit. I don't even know where the rest of those cards are. Where are these ones? Yeah. So I'm just going to take 2 rooms, 2 corridors. I'm sticking them in the middle. Okay. So they found a stairwell leading up to another floor. That's going to be on that turn. No roll. So Splitta's going to go first since he's blocking. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we get C6, corridor. Actually going to put that right there, like that. This dank corridor seems to end with 2 doorways, each lit, one lit by the wall. No special rules. Deal the cards in 2 piles from the bottom. Place each one by an opening. So this is now the higher floor of the dungeon. So 1, 2. So each side gets 3 rooms. I gotta get that objective room. I can't quit yet. I'm not trying to draw this out. I just haven't reached the objective room yet. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I got a roll for encounters. No encounter. Okay. New turn. 1. So I am going to remove some of these doorways. So we are now on the 2nd floor. Okay. Move some of that clutter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try the right side. Let's open that door. Unlocked, untrapped. Yep. Objective room. Found it. This is the room you've been looking for. It's time to finish the quest. Sweet. Okay. I was getting worried there. I will double check the experience. If I'm like 200, if I'm a lot under 1,000 experience away from leveling up to 4, I will stay and make sure that he does get that. So I don't want him to be consistently behind the other heroes. I want them to be going in. Okay. Slaying the Fiend. The objective room is the Chamber of Reverence. I believe I set that aside. Yeah. So it's a really, really cool tile. Let me show you that. Look at this thing. So you got a dead body in the middle there, and some altar, some study tables. You got a chest here, you got objective chest here, brazier, big statue, some god. Very cool tile. Oh, it's okay, little ones. Here, let me tilt the camera back up. It's okay. Oh, you want me to open the door up again? Okay. Well, the bee got in last time. That's why I closed it. All right. Go on. Okay. The room they enter is a large hall with its roof barely visible high above them. At the far end of the room is a huge idol, presumably portraying one of the dark gods. Who has raised the idol here in the old fort, once belonging to the High King's army, is a mystery. Splayed across the floor are several beastmen of various sizes. The knight was not lying. The number of beasts he had killed is impressive. Carefully, the heroes enter the hall, weapons at the ready. Slowly walking towards the idol, they are startled by a deep roar, and from the shadows comes Mulgore, charging toward the party. Mulgore, the Fiend of Summerhall. Okay. So I gotta grab a quest. I'm not sure if he has his own standee or not. I'll have to check. Mulgore. Yep, there it is. Mulgore is a huge minotaur, armed with a great axe and armor 2. He has the frenzy and ferocious charge rule. He is much larger than any minotaur seen by the heroes before, but luckily the knight did manage to weaken him. In the chamber, Curia, roll on the table to see how many wounds the knight caused to Mulgore. Oh, okay. So I roll a d6. 3. So he's missing 1d6 plus 1 hit points. So 4. He's missing 4 hit points. He starts with 45. So, okay, so this boss room's a little different. So I'm going to actually lay this tile out because it's not how this door is actually going to be represented here. So you actually place the heroes in the room in the first 3 squares, like this. I mean, you get to choose a little bit. And then Mulgore ends up on the other side. He probably doesn't have his own. I'm just going to use the Minotaur standee since I already have that one out. I don't think he would get his own standee. A lot of these guys don't. So he just kind of starts over there. And he is a large creature. All right. So let's see what he's got for stats. He has a 60 combat skill. He does plus 3 damage. Oh, and he starts with a great axe. Great axe, armor 2. I don't know if I have a great axe set up. Probably not. There's so much trouble keeping these little cards, from falling all over themselves and keeping them organized. They just slide under everything and I lose track of them very easily. There it is, Great Axe. Okay. Great Axe, armor 2. He has the large special rule, Bellow. As a special attack, all heroes must pass res or be stunned. Ferocious charge, 1 plus 1d4 damage on a charge. Frenzy, if it wounds a hero, may make a free standard strike immediately again for free. Fear 5, Great Axe armor 2. Okay. Pretty tough guy. Okay. But there's no other monsters. It's just him. And he's already missing 4 hit points. So I think we can take him down. Let's, this shouldn't be too bad. So it's going to be 4 white, 2 black for initiative tokens. I will say, though, unfortunately, my threat level is really high. So if I do have to make threat rolls, it's probably going to give him a buff. And let's see. First round, we're okay. All right, we will start with Choppa. And Choppa will charge. 2, 3, 4. Charge attack. So he gets plus 10. That's going to be a hit. So Choppa charge attacks with his Great Axe. And he hits for 13 damage. He's got 5 armor between the natural armor and that. So, how much did I say? 13? So he's going to actually do 10 damage on that charge to Mulgore. Still not bad. Brings him to 31. Solid hit. And the main benefit there is that because I charged him, it prevents him from charging me and getting that damage bonus. Okay. No. I messed up the tokens real quick. Okay. Now we're going to go with Crasha. Crasha's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, if he's not stupid, that is. He is stupid. So Crasha will hang out and lose his turn. I thought of another viewer made a comment about the stupidity rule, and they had a really good suggestion for a house rule I'm considering using. If in combat, it's pretty punishing to lose your entire turn 1 out of 6 times. So his suggestion was when you roll a stupidity roll, so when you fail on a 6, instead of losing your whole turn, then take a wisdom check. And for example, Crash's wisdom is only 19. So it's still 81% chance he's going to fail and be stupid, but it gives you a chance to power through that stupidity. So I'm thinking about adding that as my own rule. It would also give you the opportunity to raise their wisdom score as well. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Is that a little bit too unfair? I don't know. I think it's thematic. I think it fits, but I'm not going to do it right now. Maybe in the next dungeon, I'll start out doing that. All right, so Mulgore gets his turn. He is already in melee, and so he will activate his special ability, which is Bellow. I want to check this diary real quick. I believe it's Bellow affects anybody within 2 tiles. 4 tiles. Okay. So automatically, so what it does, 1, 2, 3, 4. So both Choppa and Crasha will have to pass resolve tests. 63 is a fail. We needed a 61. And 14 is a pass. So Choppa will lose 1 AP for his next turn. So effectively wounds him for 1 turn. That's the Bellow. And then he will standard attack. 80 is not going to be a hit. Well, 60. No, still not a hit. So he will hit Choppa on a 70 though. So he will definitely be doing some damage. All right. And then we're going to go with Splitta. Splitta's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not quite behind him. Yeah, no, he is actually. So he is now behind, or no, he's on the side, because he's taking up all 4 squares of, what's his name? Did I pass stupidity test? Yes. And then Bright Star is going to go. And he's going 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he will attempt to regular attack. Snare attack at 96. Clearly a fail. I don't know what I did with my tokens there. Okay. First round, not too bad. Not too bad. Scenario die. 1. Awesome. Oh, he gets to go first. So 3 is power attack. So he will power attack. Okay, I guess I gotta decide who, because that's kind of a weird setup. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he's gonna power attack Splitta. That's a hit with 76, I believe. He doesn't get any bonuses to hit, but he's still hit on a 80. So Splitta will attempt a dodge. 36 and succeed. So Splitta successfully dodges. Hell yeah. Mulgor's power attack. Awesome. That may have actually just won me the fight. Because now I get to pound on him. And I'm going to get 4 attacks, or 4 activations, and I may get another 4 in the next round before he gets to go again. Who knows? All right, we're going to start with Choppa, though. He is not stupid. He only gets 1 action because of the bellow. So he will regular attack 60. Should be a hit. He gets a -10 to hit. No. So it's a... Oh, no, but there's the Great Axe. So the -10 gets canceled out by the Great Axe. So yeah, he hits on a 67. That's a 60. So he hits for 7 damage. And there is 5 points of armor. He ignores 2 of it. So 7 minus 3. So he does 4 damage. And he is missing 18 of his 45 life. So he still has, was that 27? Not too shabby, though. That armor's seriously tough. He's got my best armor piercing for sure. Alright, so second black token gets ignored. Then we're going to go with Splitta, because he's up there. Why not? Splitta will power attack as well. Ooh, and he still misses. Oh, wait. No, because the 2 hit goes away. Then he gets the +10. So it's actually a +30. I hit on a... no, still misses. So I would hit on a 78. And I rolled an 84. So they're both power attacked. All right, let's try Crasha. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3. And we will regular attack. 64 should be a hit. 72, yep, because he would hit on an 82, actually. No armor piercing, though. 7 with no armor piercing, and he has 5 armor, so 2 damage is all he can do. So he's currently missing 20 life. He's down to 25. Still not bad. Not bad at all. And now we get Bright Star. Bright Star would hit, well, we'll just regular attack since his that Great Axe isn't doing him any favors. So he actually gets a +10. I'll hit on a 75. 65, sure. And he hits for 8 with 1 point of armor piercing. So 4 damage. Yep. I really love the javelin spear thing. All right, and then that's just his first attack, so he's going to get a second shot, and he hits again. For 3, that's not going to do anything, even with the armor piercing. That's just going to get absorbed. But he is down 24, and he is wounded. So not too shabby. All right, let's roll that scenario die. Ooh, it does go off. 19. Oh, I lucked out there. My threat was at 15, so it jumps up to 16. Just my lucky, heal 15 hit points or something. All right. Players first. Sweet. So we're going to try Choppa. Oh, poor Choppa. Too stupid to go. Crasha. Oh, too stupid to go. They both get overconfident. They're loving life, and they just don't know what the hell they're doing. All right. Splitta does get to go. He's going to regular attack and miss horribly. And then he's going to go into parry stance. Actually. Oh, okay. And Bright Star gets to go. Regular attack. 37 is definitely a hit. 2 is going to do no damage, though. And then he's going to regular attack again. And 48 is also a hit. And 2 is also going to do no damage. All right, and now Mulgor's turn. Mulgor cannot do anything except a regular attack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he's going to attack Choppa. 93 is a miss. Clear miss. Okay. So that round was kind of a bust, but that's all right. Didn't take any damage. Not a big deal. So roll that scenario die. 3. Okay. Okay, Mulgor does get to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, he's going to regular attack Choppa again. 55 is a hit. And he hits for 1d12 plus 5. So he hits for 10 to the chest with 2 points of armor piercing of Choppa. So 10. So he's going to get 1 point of natural armor plus 3 from the studded leather. So the studded leather is going to get damaged, so minus 4. So he absorbs 4 of the 10. So Choppa takes 6 damage, goes from 18 to 12, and is wounded. He's basically Choppa. That's essentially what he is. All right. Crash is going to try to go. Yep, he's not stupid. Can Crash. Crash will use Frenzy. And try to just rain down blows. Let's see. Because he'll actually hit on base hits. 72. 007, so that's a hit. For 8, 11 damage. No. Oh, and he gets 1 point of armor piercing from Frenzy. So 11 with 1 armor piercing. 7 damage. Leaving him with 14 life. All right, and then he gets his free hit. Also a hit. Oh yeah, 10, 13 with 1 point of armor piercing, so -4. So another 9 damage. Hell yeah. And he now is at 5 life. And that was only his first action. So he gets to roll his second standard attack. Also hit, 38. Awesome. 8 plus 3, 11. 1 point of armor piercing. So 10 minus 4, so 6. And he kills Mulgore. Oh, hell yeah. Frenzy when it works is just so good. So good. So good. All right. So that was worth 450 experience from Mulgore. I'm going to add up the experience I've gotten throughout this dungeon real quick. Well, let's do the loot first. Okay, once the Fiend is down, the heroes venture further into the chamber looking for treasures. Once again, the story of the night holds true. They find a pile of gold and 2 objective chests. Unlocked, no traps, just roll on the treasure table. Okay. So. Treasure pile. 3. 1d3 times 100 coins. 100 coins with 2 fine treasures. I get silver great weapon, a hand weapon coated in silver, can hurt ethereal creatures and has +1 damage against undead. Please be a great axe. Halberd. Ooh, that's tempting. And I find it perfect. A perfect silver halberd. Very cool. I'm just going to write that down in the group notes. So that is probably going to become Splitta's permanent weapon. I'm going to give him strength in his level up. Silver halberd. Perfect. So 1d12 +1 to undead. So a halberd is similar to his greatsword he currently has, except that it's 2-handed and it has reach. So that is the upgraded version of the spear. The difference is, the reason I like the spear is a class 2 weapon and it's 1-handed. Halberd's a class 5 weapon, so you need 55 strength to use it, and it's always 2-handed. Unless you get a magical one that makes it 1-handed. And it only goes from a d12 to a d10. And the spear, the javelin one, already has AP 1, armor piercing 1. I don't think halberd gets armor piercing. It might be armor piercing too. I'd have to look. But it is the better damage one, so very, very happy with that. And then an extended battle belt. So this gives you a 4th quick slot for one of your characters. Okay. And that is the treasure pile. 2 objective chests. Oh, wow. And I can use luck rolls on these. 7. I'm going to use a luck roll on that. 3. Oh, yeah. 1 fine treasure, 2 wonderful treasures. I'm going to use Choppa's luck roll. He's down to 1. Or 0. 1 fine, 2 wonderful. So that I also got... I'll do some of the bookkeeping afterwards, I guess. I'll just hold on to the cards, and I'll take care of it off camera, because I'm not staying in this dungeon unless I don't have an experience. So 1 part, expertly hard, so an exquisite part. Okay, so I'll roll. Okay. So it's an exquisite part from, let's see. Yeah, I can do it, the bookkeeping afterwards, but I'm still gonna roll this so you guys see what treasures and stuff I get. It's not fun to not see my loot. Ah, D100. 61? I don't know. It's not numbered. That's really unfortunate. Yeah. $61, orc blood. Okay. And so that was 1 fine treasure. I also got 2 wonderful treasures. So let's see what I got there. 1d3 exquisite parts. 3. And a magic shield. The parts don't have a table to roll on, unfortunately. They just have a chart. Oh. Never mind. They do have a table. 1d3, 1d10. So I have 4 exquisite parts to roll. So 2, 5 is human blood. So that's the first one. And then 3, 1 scales. 3, 10 zombie skin. 2, 10 rat tail. Believe it or not, I didn't have any of those. Okay, so that is all the exquisite parts. And I got a silver halberd. And then the last wonderful treasure is magic shield. Strength. The shield is strength not obvious to the untrained eye. Roll the magical properties table. Determine the enchantment. 1d3. What type of shield? 3. Oh, heater. So I get a heater shield. Magic heater shield. And then I got to roll on the magic weapon table. Or magic armor table. Magic armor and shields is a D10. Now, technically, I have to go somewhere to get this identified. 5. From time to time, it almost looks like this armor is on fire, even though it looks cool to the touch. Maybe this is the reason that it's not susceptible to fire. Ignores the effect of fire damage, no matter where the strike lands. So it makes me immune to fire damage. Okay. On a shield. I will give that to Brightstar, since he's the only one not going to be using a 2-handed weapon. So fire resistance heater shield with -1. I could also give that to Splitta with his longsword if I wanted to. But I'm probably going to give him the halberd. I just got to make sure that Bright Star's strong enough. I need to get his comrades up. Okay, so that I get a second roll now on the treasure chart because there were 2 objectives. Whoa, what did I lose? D6. Okay, and that was the first objective chest, and I get a second one. So another D10. 2. Yep, same thing. So objective chest, 1 fine treasure, 2 wonderful. 1 fine, 2 wonderful. We're going to get an elven skinning knife. As beautiful as it is sharp, this knife is a beauty to behold. Razor sharp will make the skinning process much easier. Grants a +10 modifier to forging while skinning only. Can be kept in the backpack at all times. I don't have a ranger, so this is useless for me, but I will sell it. It's worth 250. Dwarven pickaxe, awesome. That, yeah, I just did a little fist bump. Yeah, even though most of this pickaxe is made of metal, including the handle, is not as heavy as one would expect. Though it has been used, it's still remarkably sharp. Dwarven pickaxe weighs less than an ordinary pickaxe. Yes, it does. Still weighs 8, though. But now I can mine. So that was going to cost me quite a bit. And a magic weapon. Okay. Not the best weapons, but let's see. I roll a magic dagger. Oh, it does give you value. So the dagger's the least valuable. It's only worth 100. But let's see what the roll is anyway. So magic dagger. 10. Cursed. This weapon may lend its strength, but comes at a price. Roll again to see the positive effect that it has. But know that while wielding this weapon, your hero also suffers the effects of a curse. So I got to roll on a curse table. So it has extra durability, as if the magic in this weapon is usually strong, binding it together a way your hero has never experienced before. So it has a durability of 10 instead of 6, because magic weapons automatically have 8. And then there's a curse table. I didn't even really realize that. I don't think that's in this book. Let's see what the curse is. I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to sell it. But curses, 200. One D10. 6. -3 hit points. Yeah. No, thank you. -3 hit points for +2 durability. No. Now, piece of armor, maybe, but not on a weapon. All right. So I will go through, make sure I tally all that stuff up correctly later. Okay. So my experience, let me just add this up real quick. 670, 840, 1240, 1280, 1880, 1900, 2200, 2350, 2350, 3150, 3680, 3850, 4150, 4920, 5400, 5900, and 6350 total experience in that dungeon. That's quite a bit. That's enough to level you up to level 3, even at level 1. So let me look. Yep, that should be good. Splitta is at 3,785. So that would put him at 9,000. Yep, that would put him just over 10,000, leveling up to 4. So this dungeon is done. I'm not going to continue moving on. But, so in all 4 of my heroes, Choppa, Crasha, and Brightstar will level up from 3 to 4. Splitta will level up from 2 to 4. Very cool. And as far as coins, I found 20, 320, 470, 490, 535, 655 coins, which honestly isn't very much. Compared, that's significantly less than I got last time. And I believe what I just rolled was the quest reward. I don't think there were any additional quest rewards. Let me double check that. Oh, no, that's not that one. Nope, that was it. That was the quest reward. Yep. So I'm not going to also open these chests. I'm pretty sure that's included. And then as far as items gained, so what you just saw, I got the fire resistant heater shield. I got the extended battle belt, the silver halberd, the magic curse dagger. I also got 2 poison potions. I got a warhammer -1, battle axe -2, grimoire of open lock. I got that harp. I got a padded cap -3. I got a basic ring worth 150 coins. I got a scale mail vest that I forgot about that. That's -2, so that's like the best. Scale mail is the best version of chainmail. Kind of like how stud leather is better than leather, scale mail is better than chain. Scroll of light healing. And that's about it. So a little bit less loot for sure. Ton of experience. Overall, pretty fun dungeon. And I'll be heading back to Irondale after this. And I've decided, so the first video for this, I was explaining all the stuff, the upkeep I had done, like my levels up and my town experiences and things like that. I'm still going to do that, but I'm going to separate it out for the next dungeon video. So my next video will be, I'll be at the position to start my next dungeon, and the next video will just be me filling you in on what happened, how I leveled up my characters, what happened in town, any events in the wilderness and stuff like that I encountered, and how I changed up my equipment and things like that. I'll do a video that's just that, and then I'll do another video where I'm starting the dungeon and going right through. That way it's not so boring for you if you don't care about that stuff so much that you have to, if you want it, it's there for you, great, but you don't have to sit through it or skip around to try to find the start of the dungeon if you just care about the dungeon crawl part. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed. That was a lot of fun, a lot less frustrating than the other one. There were still some exploration cards. I still had quarter cell up on that side, and this side of the quarter had 2 quarters and a torture chamber. So there were still some rooms up for grabs. You can grind them out. I don't necessarily think it's smart to just search everything, and I would not be a completionist in this game. I think the threat roll starts getting a little high, and it starts sitting up there, and you're really risking lots of wandering monsters and things like that. But overall, very fun. It's a good little quest. I like the Minotaur. I like the Fiend. I like that he starts with some damage to him. Oh, and I forgot to roll. He has a tier 4 treasure, so I did forget that. Let me do that real quick too. 10. We're gonna re-roll that using a luck point. 60 coins. So 715 coins total. Oh, and probably the most important item, that pickaxe. So from now on, I will be rolling for nodes anytime I get into a cavern or mine, and we will be trying to do mining from this point forward. Okay, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you watched it this far, you're the absolute best. Love you guys. Bye.